Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Some Random Guy. Some Random Guy Speaks. I am your host, Tony Love, and we're about to get ready to kick it off. Where my camera at? Where is my camera? Oh, there it is down here. All right, let's see here. Go ahead and turn myself on. There I am right here. All right. It's America, right? It's great America, right? Is America great? Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. And let me see here. I got people in the chat here right now. Got my mod squad. I got Coconuts Are Real. We got Angela, Child of God, right? We have here, let me see here, Black Guy 9, right? And, you're going down the list, though, boy. Let me go ahead and greet the mod squad. And don't forget to remind me, though, I got to put Angela, the Child of God. I got to put her on the mod squad list. But if you're feeling left out, let me know, and I'll have Chandria to do the updates. Let me go ahead and put this in.
I would like to give a shout out to the mod squad, starting with Black Guy 9, Jason Beatrice, that is a member, Brian Reedy, that is a member, Coconuts Are Real, that is a member, Stewart 2004, Texas Jane with her 6 shooters, that is a member, Man USA 1, that is a member,
Brian Reedy, yep.
Domish 3332, Denise Farmer, Cheryl Schultz, Dana, Slicknick 68, Not Your Mama But Your Mama, that is a member, Omega, Howard, Special, thanks to Tanya Zimmer, and Paul Ace.
I appreciate it. And yeah, so I'm going to add you on the roster there, Angela, Child of God. I see Coconuts Are Real. He says, hi, Tony, and fellow chat. Black Guy 9 says, I love America. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We got a gold coin by the, Angela, the Child of God, and things. Don't that sound a lot better by saying Charlemagne? We'll call him Charlemagne the Fraud, Yep, let me see here. Go ahead and add that on there. Got some greetings from the peeps, from the mod squad. Black Guy 9 is coming in with the I love America. Brian Reedy says, good evening, Tony, in chat. I appreciate it, though, Brian Reedy. I appreciate you as well. Let me see here. Angela, Child of God, is saying, hey, Brian. Yeah, that's what's up right there. And things. Let me see here. Brian, let me see it. Black Guy 9 waving to Brian. You know what I'm saying? Let me see Lord Alcatraz, right, says America is the best. You got that right, Lord Alcatraz. America is the best, right? Boy, we're going to get into it here. Lord says no one can name a better place to live but America, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Man, ain't that something? We are the greatest country on earth. And how God is protected through Christ, protecting America and its Americans and things like that, man. I appreciate y'all coming in, filing in right now. Yeah, hold on for a minute. I got to do some type of acknowledgement here as well, too. Let me go ahead on and do that. But in the meantime, let's see here. Let's see here. Hold on for a minute. Okay. Let me take a look at it here. All right. Okay. We got to remember the 4 servicemen that have passed away in the line of duty. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how I feel about the military, and stuff. But their lives will not be in vain. You know what I'm saying? And they have sacrificed a noble cause, ladies and gentlemen, a noble cause. They put their lives on the line to make sure that we are free here in America. I'm talking about the four U.S. soldiers that was killed in the Iranian attack last week, man. And I want to make sure that they're going to be remembered. I'm just saying, Yep. Give me one moment here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just kind of straightening something out here. Boy, I tell you though. Let me see. I got that here. Then we got a few things to talk about. Hold on for a minute. It's the 4 soldiers. Yeah. Man, if I could play the the military thing, I would, And I know they did the 21 gun salute too, And this is for all of the soldiers out here who serve in the armed forces though. No matter if you have served on land, sea, or in air, you know what I'm saying? You guys have to get a special salute and things. And I'm just kind of waiting for this to come up. Let me see here. All right. So these, let me see here, the soldiers and stuff. Okay, we got them here. There we go. Okay. All right, So we're going to start with Isabella Gonzalez. She's a private, I think she's a private, exactly, a private. She was only 19 years old, serving in our military, man. Hold on for a minute, though. Let me go ahead and pull this up because I want you guys to, we got to pay some respect, of our fallen military people, that serve, put their life on the line, And that's how we feel about it, though, right? Let me go ahead and pull this up here, too. Just give me one moment, guys. Okay, here we are right here. I might as well work my way from the bottom on the way up. Here's Sergeant Michael Emmanuel Swanton, right? He's 30 years old. He was killed July the 19th, 2026 during a controlled, denation hold on for a minute. I am with certain words though, but we're gonna get through it. I hate not knowing the word.
Detonation.
There we go. All right, detonation. It's look weird to me, but detonation of a drowned Iranian one-way attack drone, right? Man, it's what's that? Erbil Air Base in Iraq, right? Assigned to the 108th Air Defense Artillery Brigade, Fort Bragg. Here he is right here, man. Here it is right here. It's a soldier right here, though, man, and I salute him. 30 years old. He look a lot younger, man. These guys is like babies, right? I shouldn't call them that. I'm not being want to be, but they just look so young, and I say that in most respect because he just looks so young looking, you know. And there he is right here, you know. These were the first U.S. combat deaths from the direct Iran fire, right? Several months. 3 died in the Jordan base attack. The 4th died while handling unexploded ordnance, right? From the downed Iranian drone in Iraq. Here he is. And we also have here Angela S. Rampersad, right? She is 28. I think she looks like could be Indian. I think that's what I'm not 100%, but I could be correct. Let me see here. She's from let me see, did I mention where he's from? Oh yeah, he's from, let me do this here first. Do it right. Michael Emmanuel Swanton is actually from Fayetteville, North Carolina, right? I want to put that out here. And then Angela S. Rampersad, she's from Ozone Park, New York, you know. There it is. She's 28 years old, guys. She don't even look 28. And he doesn't even look 30, you know what I'm saying? And then we have the first lieutenant, Tyler James Feehan, 25 years old, from Ewa Beach, Hawaii, killed July the 18th, right? Angela S. Rampersad was killed in July the 17th. Yeah, and he's the 18th from a wound sustained in the July 17th attack at the same base in Jordan, assigned, and the 2nd Battalion, 55th, the 55th Air Defense Artillery Regiment, the 32nd Army Air and Missile Defense Command, Fort Bragg. It's amazing, man. And I just shout out to these soldiers, man. You guys will not be forgotten, man, you know. We also have Private Isabella Gonzalez. She's 19, or was. And she's from Coralton, Texas, killed also July the 17th, 2026. During an Iranian ballistic missile and a drone attack, right, at Mufarak, what was that, Fuwa? Oh, man, just trying to say this thing. Hold on, guys. I'm going to get this to say this here. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Some of these Arabic names, man. Hold on for a minute.
Muwafaq Salti.
Okay, we'll go with that. Air base in Jordan. She served as an air and missile defense crew member and with the 1st Battalion, 57th Air Defense Artillery Regiment, the 10th Army Air and Missile Defense Command, you know? So they're no longer with us, though, ladies and gentlemen. But this is what war looks like, unfortunately, you know? They were serving, carrying out a mission, right? And we're going to make them pay, though. We're going to make them dirty, you know what, pay. That's why I said we got to take all. Whoops, excuse my friend. I'm about to knock something over. We got to take, damn, let's move that. You know, I get animated. We got to take them all out. The IRGC, the Supreme, all of them got to go. All got to go. Every last one of them has to go, right? Make sure I'm not knocking over nothing. They all got to go, right? They all got to go. This should have been something that should have been handled a long time ago. 47 years and none of these other presidents can do it. You mean to tell me it have to be Trump? Trump is the only one. This ain't a war that he's starting. It's a war that he's finishing. It's something that Biden could have done it. He didn't. Especially Obama did not. I tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, this shouldn't have happened like this. This should have been taken care of a long time ago, right? Let's get into it, though. I just want to give a special recognition out for these brave soldiers who been in our military and stuff like that, fighting for our freedom, ladies and gentlemen, for our freedom. For our freedom. So I wanted to bring that up in things, though. So that's basically what it is. Fighting for our freedom. And that's why I say with these low-down, demo, KKK, nasty, what we call these old low-down ass commies that come into my room, I got something special for you today, though, too. Something special for you, you know? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, Deja. Oh, yeah, you got Deja Porter. Deja, I ain't seen you in years. I mean, I ain't gonna say years. I ain't seen you in months. Let me go ahead and put that up. That's Deja, ladies and gentlemen. That's Deja. Where you been at, Deja Porter? You know, I tried to make you a mod and everything, though. I've been sitting out. I tried to make you a mod the last time. I guess you never replied to it, though, you know? Mm-hmm. That's Deja, y'all. Look at her, you know? Like, oh, yeah, we got Hard Right, man. Shout out to you as well, Hard Right. And Deja. Boy, I tell you, man. Mm-hmm. No illegal voting, though. That's what Deja said. You got that right, though. I'm a proud black Republican. Go ahead, though, Deja. They don't know nothing. I told them, man, I got so many of them that roll. They want to make me look like I'm a phenomenon. I'm not. There's so many of us. Boy, yeah, old timer, you know, this dude been on here. He's a natural born hater, and so is Cole. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get on them for me while I get on everybody else. You know, I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Because all they doing is putting out propaganda and lies, you know? What they say in here don't hold no weight, right? Don't hold no weight at all. But I appreciate you, though. They won't even acknowledge their fallen soldiers that have served protecting us, right? That's why they can hear it. It's a first world problems. This ain't even a third world. We're talking about first world issues, right? Oh, my goodness. Man, you think we believe anything these clowns have to say? Not at all. Because every time they open their fat, greasy mouth, they can't back up what they're saying. They just hoping. But you can't hope in propaganda. It's not going to save you here. Man, you should have seen me, though, Deja, yesterday. Everybody else seen it. I ran and read so many of Trump's policies, which I'm going to do today. I'm going to bury them today. I'm going to bury them so bad, right, with Trump's policies, they not going to know which end is up or the night or day when I get finished with them. Boy, I tell you, man. Boy, so yeah, we're going to get into it, ladies and gentlemen. But first, we got to go ahead and talk about, let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, we're going to need to talk about, the Trump. You know, it's always something to be talked about Trump. You know what I'm saying? Let me see here. Where is that at? Nope, that's not the one. Which one here? Yeah, we got to talk about the SAVE Act, ladies and gentlemen, because we already know the primaries are up on us, though, right? And right now, we are in a very, very good position right now. We're going to swamp they cheating butt. We already done stopped it. We already on it. We already have shut down the cheating apparatus. There won't be any cheating, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, I tell you. So American citizens, and the only American citizens, should decide American elections, right? Let's talk about that first and foremost. These are the only ones as Americans, right, should decide in our American elections, right? And this is why we call it this Save America Act, right? It's a common, sense bipartisan bill, right? That will simply require a valid ID before registering to vote in our federal elections, plain and simple. Number 2, proof of citizenship. Number 3, no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. Those are the only exceptions, right? Just that simple. But why? We know why. But here, I'm just going to say, we don't need to know why. The lowdown DSA, because they pretty much have taken over the Democrat Party. It's no more Democrat Party. It's called the Democratic Socialists of America, which are commies. They have taken over the party of the Democrats, Demorats. That's the way it is. It ain't the old no more. They party the people that have been independent over here moving a lot of these old guards and old progressives out of the way, and you got some of the new ones coming in, right? They're very radical. They hate America, and they want to change the Constitution. They want to call it the Democratic Constitution. They want to have massive, they don't believe in no borders. They want to take all the walls down to allow mass immigration into this country, according to their beliefs. Because I read them to you before. I know them. Right? What else do they want to do? They want to make sure that what we're talking about from the filibuster, that's going to be totally destroyed, right? They want to also pack the Supreme Courts with radical Supreme Court people, right? This is their mission. So for Cole and all them and Old Timer, they are rooting and batting for the DSA. This is why they're commies and any of my other detractors. They can't tell us nothing different. They think that we know your policy. That's why you can't. You don't see them disputing against it. They're still trying to push Trump stuff, and I'm gonna get them on that because I'm gonna swamp them on Trump policies again, like I did yesterday. Right? I'm gonna bury they behind. I'm gonna bury Cole so damn much with the facts on Trump policies. He ain't gonna know which, if day and night and day, boy. When I get finished with that boy, right? These are the people right here. Your radical commies that hate America. They hate it so damn much. When have they ever said anything nice? We're supposed to come at least together when fallen soldiers. They nothing good they can say. Have they ever even said anything about the fallen soldiers, acknowledged them? Have they ever acknowledged Lake and Riley and all the rest of them, right? Because it was their failed policies that brought these illegals in our country in the first place. This is the reason as to why 6 of these girls, that was taken far too soon, raped and everything. They brought them here. They allowed them here. That's why I blame Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, all of them. And we ain't gonna never let up for what y'all did on the left. Cole, you are responsible too. Old Timer, you are responsible. I call all of you out, right? You ain't nothing but a bunch of hypocrites and liars, right? And anti-Americans is what you are. There's a place for people like you, right? That's exactly what it is. You rah-rah, voted for it, wanted, thinking that Kamala Harris was so great. She'd bring her behind up on charges, which is going to be coming. But President is calling for the Republicans and Democrats to pass the American Save Act, or the Save American Act. Required for ID, voter ID, to vote, and should be something that no American should oppose. But tell me why they are opposing it, right? If you want to register to vote in the U.S., right, the United States, you have to be a citizen in the United States, right? That is common sense, makes sense. The Save American Act will direct states to remove non-citizens from the voter rolls. American lags behind other nations enforcing basic and necessary election protection, right? We're talking about India, Brazil, Thai voter, right? ID with the biometric data, while the United States largely relies on attestation of citizenship. Germany, Canada requires paper ballots when tallying votes. Look at this. While the U.S. lacks the basic chain of custody protection, Denmark, Sweden, right? Sensibly limit voting, right? Mail-in voting to those unable to vote in person, right? Late arrivals do not count. While American elections now feature mass voting by mail, even after election day, right? Boy, I tell you, This is exactly what is going on here, man. Got the map here. What is this? Oh yeah, let me go and show you guys this. Hold on for a minute. And what's had to happen is that you guys, let me give you the numbers here so you can go and call these people. You got to call your Senate. You got to call these people, man. Got to put hell of a pressure. We still got time because we winding down to it though, right? And the people on the left ain't no monkey, one monkey gonna stop no show. I tell you that much. It's not gonna, one monkey is not gonna stop no show. Whoops, wait a minute. Why did I, hold on for a minute. Thought I put it in the right browser. Give me one moment. I thought I put it in the right browser. Just give me one moment. All right, go ahead and pull this up here. All right, here it is. And this is coming straight. What I'm reading to you guys, it's coming straight from the whitehouse.gov. Look at it. Welcome to the golden age. Look at that. Look at Trump. Got that pointing. Boy, look at that. That's what I'm saying, man. They are mad. They big mad. I'm going to make them more madder. They big mad, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see here. We got every map over here. Look at this. Ohio Senator. Let me go and blow this up a little bit. You guys see this? If you live in Ohio, you want to be calling John Hust, right? He's a Republican. Here's his number, 202-224-3353. Give him a call over there. And then also you got the Senator Bernie Moreno, right? Here's his number as well, though, right? And this is their email address. But I call them every day. I would call they behind. I'm putting a major blast out right now. Boy, look at this. Look at this. This is Ohio. Anybody live in Ohio? Right? All right, let's see here. That's the way to close it. We go over here to Maine all the way down. Some of you guys know, if you live in Maine, here's Susan Collins' number right here, 202-224-2523. Screenshot it if you have to. I'll leave it up here just for a minute. We'll work our way down, right? We also got Senator Agnes King, right, the first. If you live in Maine, you may want to be calling your senators up, man. There it is right here, right? Because the American Save Act has to be pushed. This is ridiculous, right? Right? These two, it's always two senators in every state, right? There we go. Let me see here. What else? Who else? Let me go ahead and let me see here. Hold on for a minute. Yeah, they got to work on that on the site here. Okay. That's Maine. This is New Hampshire. Look at this. Senator Maggie Hassan. That's a Democrat, obviously, right? Boy, I tell you. Senator, what's it? Jenny, yeah. Jenny or Jean? Jenny? Yeah, Jenny. What's in that last name here? Shaheen, right? Here's the numbers right here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we ain't going to go down through all of them, but I'm just kind of giving the, you know, and whatever state that you live in, you should know who they are, right? Boy, I tell you, man. Yeah, this is why I love this website here. This is the White House with Trump. When I'm going to be reading, we already went over the Trump accounts, right? We went over that, the gold style, what's that, the golden age? I did that yesterday. I buried it, but I buried they behind so bad. But let's go ahead and get into it a little bit further, though, shall we? We're going to be talking about the 13 that voted. Once again, this is how they was able to get it to pass through the House, man. It's a beautiful thing, though. You know, boy, I tell you. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull that up. Just give me one moment. I'm going to go ahead on and pull that up. I'm going to talk about the 13 of them once again. And things, the 13 Democrats. Let me go ahead on here and let me see here. Susan Lee. Let me see here. All right, there we go. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, these are the 13. But before we get into it, though, I want you guys, if you're new here, go and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button and things like that. I'm your brother, right? Tony Love, right? And this is some random guy speaks, you know. I'm just some old random dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm passionate about what it is that I do, you know, to make a difference, right? To give great pushback on the media propaganda machine, right? That's exactly what it is, though, because they've been running rampant a long time in America. And now that I can have a voice, have a platform, to have some things to say, you know, and I appreciate you guys rocking with me. You know, so today we're going to be talking about something in the media that would rather you ignore, right? On July the 22nd, the House passed a bill that would include the federal voter ID requirement. A core piece of the SAVE Act, right? Save America Act pushes that Trump has been demanding, right? Because he knows the importance of it. The final vote came out to be 232 to 198. You know, we have the House, right? Every Republican, right, president voted yes, right? 198 Democrats voted no, right? That's the thing. But the 13 Democrats broke rank, right, and voted with the GOP, right? And we're going to name them, right? Here's the list. Give me one moment. I went down through this before. I said I'm going to do it again.
Kathy Castor, Florida Darren Soto, Florida Jared Moskowitz, Florida Henry Cuellar, Texas Vicente Gonzalez, Texas Don Davis, North Carolina Jared Golden, Maine, Josh Gottheimer, New Jersey Marcy Kaptur, Ohio, Susie Lee, Nevada, Chris Pappas, New Hampshire, Marie Glusenkamp Perez, Washington Derek Tran, California.
And I got to say something, man. This is something here. Is this too much light on my face? Let me just double check here. Okay, I'm good. All right. And that's something that's got to be said, man, to these 13 Democrats, man. You know what I'm saying? And I got to say, man, I talked about this before. Some of y'all remember. I got to give my hat off, tip my hat to these people, right? For them to break rank with the low-down Democrat Party that said no. They broke rank and voted, which is some of these, or a lot of them could be moderates, you know? There's still some old school moderates in here. I don't know who's a progressive or whatever. It could be some progressives. But in this case, it seemed like it could be moderates here. And this is what the DSA want to replace. All of them, they're going to end up replacing them because their party have already been taken over, though, right? So that's the thing, though, you know, I'm talking about far as on the Democrat side, right? This is not a fringe list. These are most, moderates, as I mentioned. The members from the swing or competitive districts, they looked at the bill and decided requiring photo ID, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about voting is not voter suppression. And these, most of them are moderates, you know, but you don't really hear a whole lot about them, right? The ones in this room are not moderates. You can usually tell them moderate. These are radical, right? These are progressives or DSA to be more, be honest, right? These are the ones that are very violent. They're screaming, hollering, yelling, threats of violence, acts of violence, trans-Tifa, Antifa, you know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. That's who they rah-rah for, right? This is what it is. It's pretty obvious. That's why they come in here, they're high, come up with a burner account. Just like with Antifa, they're trans-Tifa, they cover their face. These are weirdos, incels for the men. Never had a girlfriend before, live in somebody's basement or their mother's basement, playing PlayStation or whatever it is, drinking Mountain Dew, Taco Bell late at night. These are the same type of people, man, that were failures in life. And that's why they're scared to show their face. I know. I'm a very good judge of character, you know, because real cool people, they have a life, they got friends, they ain't got time to be over here. I hate Trump. They ain't got time for that stuff. That's a feminine trait coming from a man. Don't no man carry no torch of hate on another man. Women may, but not no man. That's why I don't respect these guys as men. You know, Cole and them, I don't respect them as men. That's why we call them out. Little wussies and sissies, though. You know, betas and so forth, man. That's the thing about it. These what these people are. They are reacting strictly off of emotion, not a man among them. You know what I'm saying? You know, if anything, just clowns and stuff, you know.
Beta!
Oh, yeah, you got that right, you know. Beta. Oh, it's okay. Yeah.
Beta!
Oh, yeah, that's what they are, man. Mm-hmm.
Beta!
Yeah. So that's exactly what it is, ladies and gentlemen. But back to the SAVE Act, though, you know. The SAVE Act is related to the voter ID that measures measures are simple, right? Prove that you are what? A U.S. citizen when you're registering to vote. Show photo ID when you cast a vote, right? That's it. Not all complicated. And most of these moderates, 13 of them, voted along with the Republicans. And this is why the DSA, commie Democrats now, they are losing their SHIT. They like this big time, right? Because they know that the midterms is up on us, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, I tell you. So the polls after the polls show the vast majority of Americans, including most Democrats, most blacks, and Hispanic voters, support both of these requirements. You need an ID to fly. You buy certain products to cash, right? And check, right? There it is. You try to cash a check, you got to show that ID. Asking for one to vote should not be controversial, right? And that's what they're trying to do, right? Yet the Democrat leadership, right, communists still scream Jim Crow and suppression, which is a lie. That's why it's on mute. It's on deaf ears. We ain't hearing that crap. Every time the issue come up, these 13 Democrats just rejected that talking point with their votes, right? That's exactly what it is, right? So to this particular close, this package still has to survive, right, to the Senate, and the full SAVE Act, right, has been stuck there for months, right? Because we already know who won't sign on it or sign off on it. We got Thomas Thune, the buffoon, right, and others, right? There's a few others. But the House just put 13 Democrat names on the record supporting the principle of voter ID. That's useful, right? That's a crack in the wall, because in the House, we got the majority, and these 13 individuals said, we got to do something. We got to save the Republic, because if we don't, we could be primary from our own party, on our own constituent people. They don't want to be primary, right? And the same thing of threat have to happen in the Senate, because at this point, John Thune, the buffoon, right? He already know whether he holds out or go with it, he's still going to be pretty much primary anyway. He knows it. That's why he's not budging. We working on getting his behind on out of there. He already committed political suicide a long time ago. Yep, John Thune, the buffoon, right? I put his number up before. I told for people that live, and where is he at? But you know what I'm saying? Was he in Kentucky somewhere? But in any event, John Thune, the buffoon, right? Elections belong to American citizens, right? Proving you are one of them, right, is common sense, not radical. 13 Democrats finally said so out loud, right? This is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it is, boy. And that's the thing about it. So you know that the midterms are up on us, right? So let's go ahead and go further into this thing, though, you know. What about the Trump RX price? I ain't went over the Trump RX in a while, right? But here it is. Let me show you guys, too, so we'll be on point. Boy, the Trump RX, man. Hold on for a minute. Hold on. I got you covered. I got you covered, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on for a minute. There it is. Trump RX, ladies and gentlemen. Trump RX, right? We're going to be talking about the pricing, right? It says America, let me see here. Hold on for a minute. Let me do it this way here. Hold on for a minute. Let me do it this way. Move that out my way. Trump RX, the price, right? Being healthy should be easy and affordable. Take control of your well-being. With the world's best prices on the medication you need right now, with hundreds of generics. All right, here it is. America was being overcharged for medicine, right? Boy, I tell you, talk about it, Trump. Here it is. The same drug made the same factories, right? Here it is. At the same dosages were costing Americans up to 1,000% more than any other country. This is unacceptable, right? But it was one man that said, I can do it better. And that was Donald John Trump, boy. Boy, I tell you, man, ain't that something? And you guys can see here what the United States had to pay, right? Look at this. What is this? Going on, what's that? F45 OIU per pen for the epi. What's it? Some type of EpiPen or something? Look at what the Americans were paying, and look what Germany was paying. Over here, Americans were paying $1,450 per pen. According to Germany, $310. What's wrong with this picture? Why is Germany paying lesser than America? Look at this. This is your old Obamacare crap stuff right here, right? Look at this. Thanks to President Trump, the days of big pharma pricing gouging are over, right? Leveraging the full weight and power of the United States of America, the president has ensured every American gets the lowest prices on prescription medication in the developed world. Look at this. Got the United States looking golden. Look at Alaska, man. Look at that. Soon we can get Canada too. We can throw that in there. Make all that golden up there. We want the whole, the Western Hemisphere, man, right? Introducing most favored nation prices, right? The nation pricing, guaranteeing huge savings for Americans. Ain't that a beautiful thing? Look at this. What we used to pay for Gonel F450 IU per pen, it was $1,000. So it's at $1,449, right? Look at that. $1,449. It's we look at it. 83% what? Discount. $252 per pen. Look at, we even better than Canada right now. We the best. We the best. Look at that. Canada for that same pen, $355. There was no reason in the world that we should have been paying that high. But you know what they were doing with the money? All that savings, that 83%, it was pocketing that stuff. We know what corruption, this is what you call corruption. Price gouging, the American citizen, which is totally, but they ain't got no smoke for all that stuff. You know, look at them in the room, man. Look how ridiculous they are, man. I told them I'm bury they behind again today, right? This is the most, impactful prescription prices reset in the history of our country. It puts more money in Americans' pocket and finally bring care back within reach. I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah, these mother don't know how to act. Yeah, you know who's saying that? You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I gotta change it up. But right here, and we already know all the medicine or medication and stuff. The proof is in the prices. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Y'all remember what you were paying before? Some of you guys were on this stuff, right? Look at this. Look at the pricing where it used to be and look at it now. This is Trump RX. Where's my detractors at, huh? You don't want to talk about this either. They don't want to talk about the golden age. They don't want to deal with none of this reality stuff. They don't want to deal with it at all, man. But you're going to deal with it. Look at Ozympia, you know. Some of you guys were using Ozympia. Look at it. It's $200 a month, $199. Look at what it used to be. It was over $1,000, though. You know. This is another one, pretty much like Ozympia, you know. Look at this, $299 a month compared to what it used to be, right? compared to what it used to be. My detractors can't say it's. And you know what this is off of? Trump RX. It hasn't been edited. It hasn't been changed. We deal with the facts around here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. So this is where I'm reading it. And again, look at it, the Trump RX. He got the gold. This is look at this. This is our national bird, the bald eagle. Don't even look good. Look at that. All golden. Trump is telling everybody we are in the gold age, man. Boy, I tell you, man. Trump, you look at that. You know? Boy, our detractors and our enemies of this country, they can't promise this stuff. They were just giving lies, telling a whole bunch of hatred, misinformation. Boy, look at that Obama. He can't even mess with Trump on the medication part of it. And it's only get even better, though, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to even get better. They ain't seen nothing yet. Boy, look at this. This is something that we should be proud of. And this is the Trump RX, the pricing, right? Look at that. Boy, I tell you, man, it's a beautiful thing. This is what winning looks like. On their end, all they got is losing. We got winning, ladies and gentlemen. This is what winning looks like. You understand that? Ain't that something? It's what winning looks like. Can you smell that? Smell that winning? We got the big W. They got the L, and they have to wear the L too, boy. Got to wear it. So let me go ahead and go into some other things here. Just give me one moment. Wait a moment. Not that. Hold on for a minute. Ooh, boy. Hold on for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. I got so much information here. Let me see here. Is it there? Okay. I'm going to let Trump say some things. We're going to be talking about the Ratepayer Protection Pledge. And this is Trump. You already know.
We're here today to continue the incredible.
Hold on for a minute. Got music going. Damn. All right. No problem. No problem at all. No problem. I know what to do. Hold on for a minute. Talked about the election integrity, right? Hold on for a minute. Let me see what Trump say. Trump accounts, went over that before. Trump news, you know what I'm saying? Everything is Trump, 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 Trump. You know, Trump down. Look at this. First Lady Melania. Trump announces opening of the Christmas volunteer performance applications and stuff. They're getting ready for that. Restoring the trust in the Smithsonian. I heard about this, but I want to talk about it because he signed an executive order. Let's go ahead on and get with it, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to talk about it. Let me see here, right here. By the authority vested in me as president of the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered. And you notice what he said. He did not say the democracy at all. Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen. It is hereby ordered, Section 1, policy on March the 27th, 2025, where he said, I have issued an executive order 14253, restoring truth, sanity to American history, right? Oh, man. Boy, I tell you, right? Here it is, right? The Order of Domestic, right, Policies Council recently completed a months-long review on the Smithsonian, right, institution and its National Museum of American History, right, and issue its findings, right, boy, in the report entitled Saving America's what? Story. How ideological, wow, what is that? Ideological, that's it. Captured at the Smithsonian Institutions, right? National Museum and American History Erase Our Heritage report. The report demonstrates that the Smithsonian leadership does not present American history as a shared nation inheritance to be taught and celebrated, but instead view American history as a prime tool to advance ideas such as social justice and radical transformation of our society. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, they were putting that woke, that critical race stuff and all that nasty stuff. They was throwing all that stuff in the Smithsonian. Trump signed an executive order to have that stuff removed, right? That's why now the Smithsonian is going back to what it used to be. It's beautiful again. We have toppled these radicals, these social justice. They had all this LGBTQ queer stuff all up in the Smithsonian. Now it's back to being wholesome. It's back to being good. It's back to being what is right and representing American history, man. Where's my applause at, man? That's a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? We got the Smithsonian back. We have got it. We have taken that crap out of our schools, right? This is why Trump said, he said this on one of his, his policies when he ran on. Anyone pushing critical race theory or any of these other type of woke type of ideologies, what he said he was going to do. He was going to cut the funding off from these schools. They can't afford that. So y'all got to play ball. And you better shut up and accept it for what it is. Y'all lost. Your policies lost. Now that we got it out of the Smithsonian, now we got the W again. Boy, ain't that a beautiful thing? Beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is what winning looks like. So the report also overwhelmingly demonstrates that current leadership of both the Smithsonian Institution and the museum cannot be trusted to tell American stories with honesty and gratitude. It is therefore, right, the policy of my administration to take all available steps to ensure that the issues identified and report are addressed and restore the trust in the Smithsonian Institution. That's a beautiful thing, right? Section 2, restoring trust in the Smithsonian Institution, right? We can't have people coming all over the world and they pushing this type of queer stuff and all this other type of stuff. Nope, we ain't gonna allow them to do it. The Secretary of the Interior and Director of the Office of Management and Budget, the Administrator of General Services, and the assistants, right, to the President of Domestic Policies shall identify and utilize utilize any and all available authorities to promote the policy of this order and to restore trust in the Smithsonian Institution, right? Including any mechanicalism available to encourage and the correction of the issue, identifying the report in compliance with any applicable statutes, right? Regulations, executive actions, and funding or contract conditions. Ain't that a beautiful thing? This is what winning looks like, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking about what? The Smithsonian, right? We're talking about it being restored. We're talking about the history, the real history, not this, that LG, that's not our history. That's what the DMs tried to do, right? This is what they really wanted to try to destroy America, right? What were they doing? They were pushing on these type of woke type stuff and things and getting people confused on gender, right? Pushing things and pushing stuff on the children, right? And we decided not to do it. We're not going to have it. We're not going to have this country that's going to be divided anymore with a bunch of hatred and bigotry and straight out racist. We're not going to allow this stuff to happen, right? And Trump understand what it is because it was a tool designed to divide people. Now all that came under Obama, right? This is why Obama ain't shit because once again, when he became president, he divided the whole damn country, right? He started talking about all this race stuff and everything. That's why when you see these channels, these old black hating channels and stuff like Roly Poly Martin and all the rest of them, they over here threatening what's his name? Officer Tatum, right? Brandon Tatum. You know what I'm saying? They over here threatening him because he called them out. He called out their BS, right? He had an interview with the whites. I'm talking about with what's his name? Nolan You know, the guy that mysteriously was murdered, whatever the case. Well, I don't know really what happened, if he was really murdered or not. I don't even know what really happened with him, but I have to check into that, right? But at any event, he sat down and with all the white kids and things and asked him what happened, because the kids left. According to the story, they weren't even there when that situation happened. For some reason, black kids stayed behind, you know? And this is another thing, though, too. You should see these old black, radical, insane, out of control. Because, again, remember I mentioned, too, about the race hustlers? You even have Al Sharpton, Benjamin Chump Crump. What they really do, once again, right? Oh, my goodness. They love pushing race, right? They try to make this thing into a racial situation, right? Look at what they do, right? This is the type of stuff, ladies and gentlemen, that keeps America divided. They would never, because they profiting from it at the top. They would never accept, and that's the thing. I don't mean to go on a tangent on this, but I had to use that as another example again. That's what they do, right? So this is why a lot of it is really not gay, but they hate this guy. They even got to threatening this dude's life, man. They threatening. I'm talking about, this is why I told you, blacks are the most racist. I told people, man, I tell you, man, we're the most racist on our own people. Because if it wasn't, brothers, I mean, here it is. They got a threat out on my man's life. Because Officer Tatum, he went over there and interviewed with these people, sat down to find out and got down to the real story. It totally deflated and messed up their money. They've been trying to want to push this racism stuff so bad, they can't do it. Al Sharpton and all the rest of them, they can't do it because Officer Tatum went over there and talked with those boys. You will never see Al Sharpton, Benjamin Chump Crump, and the rest of them. They won't go over there and talk to those people. Willie D, none of them would talk to those people. Oh, they did, yeah, you know, that's what they do. They try to stir and get the mob excited. Get the natives restless. That's what they're designed to do, right? And Officer Tatum deflated that, right? And he did it very, very well, you know. You know, I've listened to his channel time after time, and I know a lot of y'all like Officer Tatum, you know, because he speaks the truth. He calls his stuff out for what it is. Accountability and responsibility. My brother, I have no problem with you. Keep doing what you do and do it better. That's all I say. Do what you do and do it better, you know. That's exactly what it is. That's what we got to do. We got to keep doing what we do, but do it better. And that's exactly what it is, though, man. Boy, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, so that's basically what it is with that, though, and things. So, yeah, man, it's something else. It's something else. But one thing about it, Brandon Tatum, he's doing his thing, man. You know, shout out to Terrence Williams, the comedian and things like that. He's MAGA, too, man. You got Deontay Rant Raves podcast. Shout out, excuse me, to my brother as well. Yep. Shout out to Deja. Shout out to Deja Porter. Deja letting you know, hey, I'm a black woman and I'm a MAGA supporter and I love America. Go ahead, Deja. That's what I'm talking about. I got quite a few of the sisters too that I know that support Trump, MAGA, and all this other stuff. See, we destroy their narrative. That's why they're so mad with your brother right now. They're mad with me, Vince Ellis. There's a lot of these guys. They're mad at Vince Ellis. They're mad at April Chapman, myself, Officer Tatum, right? Everybody that's black in the conservative arena, they are angry as you know what, because we destroy their narratives, right? Every time they try to push some type of try to push something that's not true. That's why you see them. They're not trying to have no debate with me. They're not trying to be civil with me. All they're doing is speaking with their feelings. So you see what I'm saying? I proved that yesterday. Cole and them they know better. They know better. This is a no flex zone, Cole. No flex zone. You know better. You know better. He know better. You know what I'm saying? He know better. He ain't gonna come in here and do that. He don't want them problems. Cole don't want them problems, man. Boy, I tell you, but let's see here. Looking down here at the comments and stuff, boy, got Deja, boy. Go ahead, Deja. Shit, y'all can't even handle Deja. You know what I'm saying? Deja will tear you up, Cole. and you know it's true. You don't want to see her. You ain't trying to see no Deja. Go ahead, Deja, you know. Yeah, Mud Butter don't want to see you. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see any of them. They don't want to see, I don't have nothing to do. Boy, if I bring them some other friends of mine I know personally, they don't want that problems though, Deja. They know better. This is a no flex zone. They know better. You know what I'm saying? They know better. Mm-hmm. Boy, I tell you, boy. We got Hard Right in here. How you doing, Hard Right, man? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just don't know how Mud Butter do it, man. Mud Butter be on everybody's stuff. I know you got to be getting paid, though, Mud Butter. You got to be. You a professional troll. I seen you, man. I seen you on other channels. How do you do it? Who's paying you, Mud Butter? I'm curious. Somebody got to be paying you, man? Because you're always on the internet all the time. No, you ain't got no job. Maybe this is your job. I just don't get it. I don't get it. How does Mud Butter do it? Right? Let me see here. Iran firing missiles at the U.S. bases. Didn't they say they didn't have the capability anymore? Iran still got missiles. They just don't have a lot of them, but they still got missiles. The golden age, like he's giving us all the golden shower. Yeah, Marcus Cornelius, though, I know you ain't talking, man. You ain't even up here showing your real face, man, hiding behind. Who are you supposed to be, a conquistador? Or is that the Roman? What is that supposed to be about? It ain't American, I know that. We over here in America, man. We civilized over here. What's up with that? Does he have to go pee tapes anyway? What? You know, it making sense. Hey, Jerry, how you doing, man? How you doing, Jerry? Yeah, all right. The First Avenger, channel reported for spreading information. First Avenger. Oh, man, this clown again, man. When would you ever learn, man? You don't have nothing for me, First Avenger. I call you no Avenger, right? Because all you do is a hater and a liar, and you trying to push propaganda, First Avenger. That's the thing, though. I would take that shield away from you. Right? Oh, yeah, we got Gold Pindar. Oh, yeah, Pindar. There's Gold Pindar. He says, hey, sir. And a special hello to all the single women. Oh, yeah, this is Gold Pindar. Let me go ahead and put him up again right here. Yeah, he's from Pakistan originally. And he's letting y'all know, ladies, he's single. You know what I'm saying? He's single and want to mingle real bad, though. You know? Hi, sir. A special hello to all the single ladies. Yeah, he liked the single ladies, though. All the single ladies. All the single ladies. Yeah, say hi to, everybody say hi to Gold Pindar, you know. He's from India, you know, and he's over here. And this is a guy I said yesterday. Gold Pindar is very, very respectable, you know, to the host and everyone else. We may not have to agree on everything, but at least he shows his face. He's over here smiling. He's saying he's single, and he's a cell phone technician. He's a level 3 technician, ladies. So, you know, he got a good job over there in India and things. I mean, I'm sorry, Pakistan. And, yeah, that's the thing about it, you know. It's all good. But I respect him. Yeah, Gold Pindar's keep his promise. He is back. I know, right? Yeah, he do keep his promise, though. Hard, right. Yeah, I wanted to address that, man. I said we ain't going to make show back up. Yeah, he got more. Gold Pindar has a lot more heart, man, than these old people that come in this room, man. I tell you. Look at that, man. Even showing his face. I love it. Yep. And they all do what Black Guy 9 said and hit that like button and that subscribe button, man. We're going to make sure that this content be seen and heard. Boy, I tell you, man. Who is this, Hans? Who is this, Hans? What's with the swastika? What's the deal with this stuff? America would be great under. See, I'm just saying, if you over here rah-rahing for socialist, commie stuff, man, hold on for a minute. I think I got something. I got to put something back up over here. Hold on for a minute. You just reminded me of something. Let me go ahead and put this back up. Yeah, and I welcome you, Go Pindar, man. Go ahead, man. I knew you was going to come back over here, man. That's what's up. Yeah, I like him, man. Letting the ladies know, too, that he's single. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Yeah, nothing wrong with it, though, you know. Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man, that's something else, man. Got that face up. Oh, yeah, that's all right. Let me get where's my matrix at, though, ladies and gentlemen? Hold on for a minute. I got to pull this back up here because he just reminded me something with this. Hold on for a minute. Just give me one moment here. Boy, if it ain't the grifters, we got the rest of this stuff, boy, I tell you. Now, the DMs are pretty, they just done, man. They can't deal with this stuff. It's just too much truth. They just on life support. Soon it's gonna be all over very soon, man. Just wait till the midterms. It's gonna be all over, man. You coming in this room, and then they're gonna be really they mind when they lose the midterms. They're gonna really lose their stuff, man. They're gonna be coming in here, shut up, like they be doing right now. Shut the up. Yeah, man. All right, here it is. Let me see which one we have here. Let's do this one here. Let's go ahead and put this back up, shall we? And give me one moment, ladies and gentlemen. I just got to use the restroom for one moment. Just give me one moment. Boy, I tell you. All right, I'm back there. There we go. So now we're looking at it here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead on and read it off again. I showed this matrix before. With him and his swastika kind of reminding me of the matrix that I showed before. Some of you guys are new here. You know, this is what a lot of the Democrat socialists is mirroring, you know what I'm saying? Because this is where the Nazi Party got this idea from. It got it from the Democrats. If you go in their history and stuff, so here it is. Both are pushing socialism right here. And First Avenger, when you report it, please do the screenshots and get it right? You're going to, you know what I'm saying? Because right now, you on some BS. They pushing socialism. They pushing gun control. They pushing control of the media. Aren't they pushing censorship? Yes. They want to get rid of this. They hate the Constitution, the First Amendment, right? Freedom of speech, freedom of religion. That's why they want to really come after Christians. They want to push Islam as being the only religion, right? They love Islam because Islam is so, you already know, right? That's why we got a big shout out to Poland, right? Poland is one of the few countries that will not allow themselves to be overtaken, right? With, illegal aliens in their country, though. They let them know too, man. You come over there wrong, you're going to get beat up. Straight like that. Let me see here. Censorship, abortion, worship of the government, encouraging violence, history repeating, ladies and gentlemen. He just reminded me. That's why I'm going to put this up. You know what I'm saying? So here this is right here. Let's go on and keep this up for a minute. Just want everybody to be able to see it, right? This is their plans. All this trying to be nice, trying to soft pedal and stuff like that. I already went over the DSA core beliefs and policies, right? They believe in open borders, right? They don't see them aliens. They don't like those words. They call them migrants, right? They want them over here. Everybody should have a chance. What's the problem? Tear down these walls, right? Let's go ahead and nuke the filibuster. Get rid of all that. Get rid of the electoral college. We don't need that. Only thing we should need is the voting on the popular vote only, right? Skip one, because that Constitution is so racist paperwork that racist people put together. This is their agenda. This is what they're pushing. They want you to remove the history in this country. Obama couldn't get by the Constitution, right? Mondami couldn't. You see, he's trying to sound like a dictator as a mayor. How in the hell are they going to win? They can't. They done already exposed themselves to the American people. The American people are not dumb and stupid. They didn't sign up for this country to be no damn communist country. No way. We wanted this country to be what the founder and fathers set up. The land of the free and home of the brave under the Constitution. The United States of America, right? That's what it is, right? Not this other type of stuff. And we are pushing back, and we will resist you because you're just a minority group. We are the majority here that voted for Trump. We 80 million is strong and growing. What is this? We are Trump kids. We are 80 million and growing. Yeah, that's exactly what we are. On the for real, though. On the for real. Because like I said, that midterms, we already got that in the bag because y'all don't have the cheating apparatus. We have shut it down, right? We're not going to allow you to cheat with these mail-in ballot stuff. And then while you put your back on these voter roll stuff, it already been told Americans that you guys are guilty. We in a fight for this republic of this country, and we will not go down, right? We're going to fight, just like Trump showed us when he got assassinated attempt. Fight. And that's what it is, man. And we're going to continue fighting, and we're going to be just like those people over there in Poland. We're going to fight, right? And that's what you have to do. And that's why the people in the UK, you should be like Poland, right? Poland, they say, hecky no, right? One of the few, European, countries over there that's keeping many of these invaders out of their country. Because they already know what mass immigration, they know what that means. They don't want their history. There was one woman over there that they had away with her and raped her and murdered her. We've seen this all in the UK and stuff, man. And the alpha men, whoever's left in the UK and all that, you got to start waking up. You got to start growing some pears, Your women need you. Children need you, right? No way in the world we're going to allow that to happen over here. Shoot. You may as well be signing your own death warrants. Boy, I tell you, man. Shoot, that ain't gonna happen here. Not on our watch, right? But here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the nonsense that they're putting out. And this is why they don't like people like my channel very much at all, because all over here is nothing but information. Look at this. This is what they stand for, right? Have it their way, right? They want to keep the abortion. They want to keep that censorship, right? We saw that with Joe Biden, basement Obama. They hate. That's the thing about it. They hate censorship. I mean, I'm talking about. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We don't like censorship, but they love censorship. Is what I'm trying to say. They love censorship. Talking about people on the left. They love it. They love being able to control what we want, what we can say, and what we can't say. We saw that with COVID, working with China. These things were happening. They blamed it on Russia. It wasn't Russia. This whole thing was China. China controlled a lot of these libtards on the left, right? Let's go on and tell the truth. They were involved in our elections. They were meddling, controlling the verdict and the outcome, right? That's what they don't want you to know, right? COVID-19 was nothing but a hoax created in the laboratory labs of China. Trump even said it. Wuhan and all this other stuff, it was manufactured over there in China, right? All this stuff was happening with China, and the sellout politicians over there on the left, they know what they've been doing, ladies and gentlemen. They can't hold a candle, ladies and gentlemen. They cannot hold a candle to us, man. So this is basically what it is, and I want to show you the full. That's why you don't see my photo up right now, because I want y'all to see what the wording is. See what it really is. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Can I make it a little bit bigger? I think I can. There we go. This is it right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you are seeing. Right here. Right here. They've been talking about gun control. Remember the Second Amendment rights? Let no one infringe on our rights. We're talking about the right to bear arms. And anything about these bastards over here, they hate the fact that America got so many guns. We the last frontier. There's no country on earth that got more guns than America. Right? We beat out every country though, right? That's why they know the Chinese wasn't trying to invade that way. They had to do it within. They can't physically deal with a physical war with us over here. We got too many guns. And that make people like the powers to be and China fearful of America. They always have been. They say, damn, we got so many guns. It's unreal. Boy, so many guns. Guns. I tell you. So yeah, guys, this is why this is up. I showed this before. What do you think? Right? And please like, comment, subscribe. If you're new here, I appreciate it. I can't really see who's subscribing. I'm working on that, though. I'm working on that to be able to have the ability of finding out who's subscribed. That way I can give you recognition, super chats and stuff like that. I do acknowledge those because that I can actually see. But the other stuff, I just can't. I just can't see it. But that's okay, though. We're going to still push through, though, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to get myself caught up. But Deja Porter, boy, she got over here. MAGA. Look at this, boy. That is a beautiful thing. Y'all can't even get by Deja Porter, man. And she's a black supporter, Trump supporter as well. As many of us out there, though, man. That's the thing about it, though, man. These people can't debate. They don't have any type of information as to what I'm talking about with Trump. I've been reading his policies off his website. I'm talking about the White House. A lot of this stuff, man, and I was cooking them yesterday, boy. I was kicking there, you know what, man. I'm not worried about what, see, the only thing you guys can do, like I always say, if you want to show how smart you are, you, once again, have a better policy than Trump. And obviously, you don't have a better policy than Trump. You don't. Let me see here, John. Let me see. S. John says, Democrats are definitely delusional. Yeah, they are. They come in here, they can't engage. They just come in here with the same old nonsense. They haven't proven any type of policy because they don't have any. Other ones that I'm reading, these are their policies because they hate America and they hate Trump. M. John says, I don't know UCMC. I put the idiot on ignore after he was trying to say that you can change your birth certificate because you're married. Yeah, that's the thing, man. These people here are idiots, man, because they can't even see. The thing about it is they don't have a policy on their party that could trump Trump. You just can't. You know, they can't. Y'all doing the same thing that Kamala Harris is doing. I'm talking about these old radical, whiny crybabies. They doing the same thing. Don't you remember, this is why Kamala Harris lost. And you still doing the same thing. Still trying to attack Trump. Still trying to put his policies down where a lot of his policies is already into fruition right now. What are you talking about? You are the dummies. You over here still trying to hold that up. Boy, I tell you, you still trying to hold this stuff up. Yeah, Marcus ain't got nothing though, US MC Mustang. These guys ain't got nothing for us, man. They just coming in here and stuff all butthurt. Because as I challenged them, and they never answer my questions ever because they are cowards and they're afraid. That's why. Name me a question that they answered that I asked them. There's not one. And I get new ones in here every day. You know what I'm saying? Look at what the like. I just got a like from that because they know it's true. Not one of them are man enough or have the balls to if I ask a question, they would never get answered. That's why I would never have them up here. Nobody want to hear nothing about Trump this and Trump that. You got to have a policy. Saying Trump this and Trump that will not allow you to win the elections. We love how morons you guys are. We love the fact that y'all doing that because that means you run from real situations. We talking about real policies that's working for the American people. What you're doing up here is just over here trying to just argue with feelings when this stuff has already been documented, what I've been reading. Right? What are you talking about? You ain't answered because you're cowards. I have zero respect for a feminine liberal man. I have more respect for a feminine or liberal woman than I do a man. And you guys are pitiful. First Avenger 1, you pitiful. Marcus, you pitiful. Cole, you pitiful. I could go and name you guys down, man. You guys are pitiful, man. You still can't bring up a policy that can challenge Trump. Ain't that something? And we're going to stay on that, though, too, right? We're going to stay on that, though, too. Who is this Steve guy? Who is this dude here? Can't engage with what is he saying, man? Steve, what is this dude here, man? What you talking about, man? What are you talking about? You haven't never answered my questions. What did I ask you before? I said, name a policy on your party that could challenge Trump and his policies. Kamala Harris didn't even have a policy. That's the thing about that. Oh, now don't play stupid. You see this stupid dude right here? Steve, you's a stupid dude. You know? That's why I say you got a lot of blacks that got low IQ, man. And this is one of them. This is a low IQ person right here. I can tell. Go back to the ghetto, man, where you belong, man. This is too much over your head, obviously, because you ain't been saying nothing. You just trying to run in here trying to taunt somebody. I'll make you famous like I did with the rest of them. You want to be the poster child today? You want to do it? Let's do it. I'm game if you are. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't been saying nothing. You just come in here. You didn't answer none of my questions because you's a coward too. Go back to the ghetto where you belong, man. This is too much for you. Go and take your behind back to the ghetto. We're not trying to deal with low IQ people like yourself. Don't you got somewhere to be? Right? That's the problem, though. If you wasn't spending so much time on the internet and you were being a real man taking care of real business and getting some stuff done and building a community, maybe people will respect you a little bit better. You need to cut those dreads off your head, too. And on that man with no long hair, I had those clippers. If that's really you, I'll shave all that nasty stuff off and give you a Covalis, right? You know what I'm saying? Be a little bit more respectable, you know? Boy, I tell you, man. Think you coming up here saying something. That's right, boy. You ain't saying nothing, man. What questions, man? You ain't saying nothing. I'm going to challenge. Here we go. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Steve, Here it is. What is Kamala Harris' policies? Name them. Name them. Name Kamala Harris' policies. Go. Go. Name her policies, boy. Go. See, he's want to play word semantics, right? See, he's a coward. He goes right back with the Trump stuff. See, I already won by default because Steve don't know anything about Kamala Harris's policies. He don't know because there isn't any. How you like that? I see you fell into my little trap, right? That's why they're laughing at you. You's a clown. I knew you were gonna mess up and do it. She don't have any policies, right? And for you to sit up here trying to convince people that Kamala Harris is so much better, how is she so much better when nobody knew her policies? That's why she lost. Oh my goodness, boy, I tell you, man, how can the policies challenge Trump? See, that's what they revert back to. And Steve, go back to the ghetto, my man. This ain't for you. Go home. You make yourself looking worse, man. You're supposed to be a better representative of us, and you're not. Go home, man. Get off. I'm done talking to this low IQ person. He's still talking. That's the thing. Talking doesn't make you intelligent. It's what you say makes you intelligent. You just talking. You can't even answer anything. You always reverted back on Trump. That's how I know you also have low IQ. This is not for you. It's not. And Marcus, too, go back to the ghetto, my man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Just admit that you have lost this debate because you don't even know Kamala Harris's policies. That's the thing. That's the whole point. Trump has better policies that have been working for people. Just admit that you have Trump derangement syndrome and you need to get yourself some help before it's too late. Because you guys are just whiny, bitchy little boys that come up in this room. You ain't even saying nothing. That's why people don't rock with you. And you lucky I gave you just a little bit of my time. But it ain't going to be all day, ladies and gentlemen. But this, once again, just like yesterday, Cole, all of them come up in this room trying to say how bad Trump is. But we know their policies. I ran their policies down. They got buried in Trump policies yesterday. And some today. Only thing they stuck in their head about Trump. What policies with Trump? What? He ain't did nothing. I'm stupid. See, that's low IQ type stuff. That's just like trying to say that Jasmine Hood Rat Crockett got policies. She spent all that time as a congresswoman in Texas. And all the things she talks about is racism all the time. She had not one policy that could make a difference. She spent all her time in there, and she's another liar. Another low IQ person. Trump ain't just said it, all of us said. When you could put something constructive that could benefit people, and that's what they don't, man. That's why these guys I'm just handcuffing them, man. They just up in here just talking. And they crash out, all upset because don't get mad with me, calling me ignorant. You ain't said nothing that was smart. I just called you out on it, right? And that's for the rest of you that rah-rah about people like Kamala Harris. Oh, she's so great. Oh, yeah, but try to pretend like she's some type of moderate and when she wasn't. Wearing the Chuck Taylors and pantsuits and stuff like that with the old annoying laugh. Let me go ahead and pull that up, though, y'all. Y'all remember. We are lucky we got through this, man. What is that?
Hello.
I want to talk
Look at
to you.
this.
Okay, I'll come first.
Crazy, ain't it?
We're there. After
Boy, I tell you.
Brown brush. I was waiting for you to say it. And love goodness. You're like, how she was gonna say you and you may clap.
And your answer is part of the job.
So. Okay, she don't need that.
Sure.
Okay. You're welcome. Pull out a Venn diagram.
Yeah, it's just really sad. I've been reading these comments of these people, man. They're like little children, man. That's what I've been reading. I mean, it's sad, though. You guys see this stuff? It says, in Pocket, I know you ain't talking. I know you ain't talking, man. You come in this room a lot, too. I know you ain't talking. I know you don't want none. I'll bury you like that did with the rest of them, you know, in the debate. Because once again, you have not been able to tell what Kamala Harris policies were for the people. You can sit up here and call me names all you want. It don't bother me. But I'm asking you the question, though, Pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because all you do is come up in here saying the same old stuff, and I call you out with the same old questions. This is an Achilles heel to them. And they already letting you know that they don't like it. They see he tried to run. They all running around the question. All I'm doing is asking a straight question. Watch he run like the coward he is, too. These are cowards, man. Go on and run, though, coward. Pocket, you a coward. You always been a coward on this thing. You ain't never been saying nothing. What you got? You ain't answering one question. You know why? Because you's a coward. Run with the tail between your legs, you jackal. You know what I'm saying? Where my beta thing at? Where he at?
Beta!
I know, right? An idiot. You know? Pocket is an idiot too, man. What is an idiot guy? Some of the stupidest people that they got on the left. These are idiots. They don't know how to answer questions, ladies and gentlemen. We already saw that a long time ago. You had Caitlin Bennett out there in Florida, though. She had a microphone, and she be over here asking them logical, simple questions, right, with logic. And they get all upset. I don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about Trump. This ain't no, you guys, that's what I say. M. John, you got that right. They're all idiots, man. Shout out to M. John. Whoops, sorry about that. Yeah, they're all idiots. The ones that come in here are idiots. Just idiots. They can't answer a question. And we're going to stay on that. Because I'm showing, right now, I've been showing how these idiots are. Look at them. Look at them. Yeah, that's what, and Timothy, you too. You's another cult. You talking about cult member. You's a cult. You's an idiot. You can't name Kamala Harris's policies, right? She did the same thing and lost. You guys are losers, okay? Pocket, you are a loser, right? Marcus and all the rest of y'all are losers. How about that? How about that, Timothy? You's a loser. Because none of you answer the question that I even asked. That's why you make yourself look stupid. What you gonna do, Timothy? Run like the rest of them? You gonna run around the question? You ain't running in this room. I'm gonna ask the question again. In fact, this is gonna be the question for the rest of the night. We're gonna call these fools out right now, right? We know your policies are right here. And one of the person trying to sit up here and say, oh yeah, the Democrats ain't trying to take nobody's guns, gun rights. When they over here we're talking about gun control, meaning removal of guns, removal of, we know what it is. But they can't defend this. That's why they're angry. And we ain't moving nowhere. We ain't gonna, because right now I know you cowards. Anytime you want to bring up Trump, you want to ask me a question with a question, and that was one of my rules that you weren't allowed to do. If we even had you on the debate right now, you know you would not be allowed to talk about Trump. I said about Kamala Harris policies, right? You should be able to defend it, but you don't have any, just like she don't have any. And then Kamala, y'all remember when she tried to take one of Donald Trump's policies with the big beautiful bill with the no tax on tips and all that? She tried to take that for her own. And this is what it is, Steve. You guys, man, you guys are idiots, man. The room just looking at y'all just a joke. Look at you. You bringing up all this tax credit and all this. You see what I'm saying, ladies? It's just all too easy, man. All too easy. I'm just some random dude here. But it's amazing when you ask these fools questions. They ask a question with a question. They want to stay on this Trump derangement syndrome. And that's why I say these are low IQ people, right? This is what it is. Yo, Steve, you's a coward because you keep running around the question that I asked. You've been doing that all day, though, Steve. You, Pocket, and all the rest of y'all. Y'all been running around this same old question. This is just sad. You got ladies in this room looking at you, man, and don't have no respect for you. Conservative women love real stand-up men, not liberal men. Conservative women like Deja Porter and many others that I can name are better looking. And they don't respect you guys, right? They don't respect you guys. You guys are a joke. All feminine, all sensitive and everything. You can't even answer a question. We're not moving nowhere until you tell me, any of you, mention about Kamala Harris's policies. Let's hear them. Tell me how much better her policies were from Trump. And we already know there isn't any. That's why you won't mention them. I mean, this is a waste of time. This is a waste of time. Trump has it with his policies way over you guys on the left. By far. By far. I mean, this is a joke. These old low IQ, sensitive soy boys. I got more conservative women that rock with your boy on this channel than you do. They don't have no respect for you. That right there is telling in itself. You know what I'm saying? Look at you. You know, who's the coward now? Who's the coward? You never even answered the question. You been a coward because you ain't answering nothing. What you talking about, low IQ Steve? Who's the coward now? The cowardly lion. This guy is, that's what I say, man, he's low IQ. This is crazy, man. Has he answered one question of mine? Not one. Has not. Just over here trying to grandstand. That's another one of Kamala's policies. Yeah, man, Kamala don't have any policies. Kamala didn't do nothing when she was the vice president. Vice presidents don't have no power, fool. And even when she was running, those were promises, but she was not, man, good thing we went through. She was the border czar. She had power to stop the illegal immigration. She did not. Since we want to talk about it, right? You want to bring this up? I'm going to bring this up. Did she stop the illegal aliens coming into this country? She did not. She said, when I become president one day, when I grow up, then I'll go ahead and stop them. She did not. She had every opportunity to do so. She did not. She did not, sir. And you an idiot. VC, Cobra, you an idiot. I'm gonna ask you the same thing. What is Kamala Harris's policy, sir? What would make her better as a president, sir? Let's go. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Providing $25 on it. That didn't. That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said. Trump had a better policy than that. That's why Trump became president. Trump is over here talking about the gold age. She over here talking about, wait a minute, 25. I remember that policy, that crap that she said. I don't believe her. We got a transparent president. Trump already showed us how he got down back in 2016, 17. He promised. A promise made is a promise kept, right? Did Trump not say that he was? Did he say that he was going to shut down the border? He did, sir. Did he also say that he was going to have a mass deportation than the world have ever seen? He did, right? What about the big, beautiful bill, right? What about the independent, what's my energy dependency, right? He declared it as a national emergency, right? That's what he did. He got drilling back, drill, baby, drill, got fracking back going on, got the Keystone pipeline back running, right? This is what he said, right? We're talking about coal, fuel, fossil fuel, all this stuff. Got rid of the New Green Deal scam stuff, right? This is the policies under Trump. This topples what you talking about with Kamala Harris. He took action. Kamala did not. Talking about, well, yeah, once I become president, I'll shut down the border. She did not. You're talking about something with her little policy. You can own, what is it, maybe only one about that $25,000? That ain't nothing. Real talking about, want to give the dreamers and all these people a chance to be able to have home ownership. Trump doing way better than that because Trump understands as a real economist that it takes jobs coming over here. And that's something that Scammler never said. Trump brought in, you may tell me, educate you for a moment, Steve. Trump brought in $8.4 trillion, right, of investment, not only local, but also international, here in America, sir. They're building factories here, sir. They're building supply chains here, sir. And also, what is it? There's so many things that Trump, under his policies, have been doing. Manufacturing plants. We talking about Stellantis. They're going to be building the Jeep back here in America, in Illinois. Go and look this stuff up. You ain't got to believe me, sir. But this is already documented. And once it's been documented, you can't dispute it. You can say all the crap that you want to say, but like it is, you cannot get by. He's still repeating the same old thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'll just be burying these guys, man. This is crazy, man. These guys are wrecked in the head, right? I've mentioned about Trump RX plan too. We got Trump accounts for the kids, right? There's so many Trump policies that I have to read them because there's so many. Just like I was burying them yesterday, right? You know what I'm saying? Do you really want to go down this train though? Do you want to go tit for tat? Because I guarantee you'll run out on Scamming and Harris stuff that you tell me, right? I bet you that. Right? That's the thing about it. Hey, Steve, name me a Trump policy, right? I'm going to do this. Name Trump policy, man. Give me one. Come on, Steve, give me one. Give me a policy with Trump. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. I'm going to ask him a direct question. Steve, give me a policy of Trump. I'm asking you a question. Give me a policy with Trump. Give me a policy. Nope, give me a policy, right? He said, no, Trump did not bring. This is what he's saying. Okay, hold on for a minute. I'm going to play with Steve for a minute. Watch this. Hold on for a minute, guys. Give me one moment. Oh, boy. I even got the actual receipt over here too. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull that up first. I could pull that up too. Hold on for one moment. He said he didn't. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I got to log in here. You may hear a few sound effects over here. I'm gonna play with this guy a little bit, but he's just a knuckle dragging, low IQ type person. He haven't even mentioned anything about Trump at all because he don't know his policies. He just spewing out a whole bunch of TDS stuff. This is how low these guys are, man. These are just some idiots, man. Surely for somebody that you hate, you should be able to what? You should be able to know their policies. They won't even do that. You know what I'm saying? Right? Boy, I tell you. Let me see here. Right? Look at this here. The post skips that the bill includes the tax cuts aimed to grow the economy, which offsets the project costs over time, right? And this is basically what it is because he's bringing the manufacturing jobs here, right? This is one of the main things here. In fact, let me go ahead and pull up this site. Give me one moment, guys. I'm going to play with him just a little bit more, and then we're going to move on. He ain't going to get no more of my time because he's already been disrespectful already by becoming in here being disingenuous and stuff like that, I don't even like dreadlocks, to be honest. I don't even like that. That's why we dread them. Any real man come in here with his hair cut nice and tight. Only long hair should be women, not no man, right? I don't like men with long hair. If I had my Andy clippers, I'd shave it bald and things. That's what I would do. I would shave it bald, man. Bald as a cue ball, right? This is the White House website right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is where you'll see all this type of stuff right here. It's a site that he'll never visit it. He would never visit it. He don't know any of his policies, and he don't want to know. You know, Skamala Harris is a low IQ ass type person, obviously, right? And that's the thing about it, though, man. Just go ahead and have fun with these fools and stuff. Let me see what I find that at, you know, because I don't remember running across it before. Hold on for a minute. But at any event, yeah, this dude here, man, is whacked and gone. You know you ain't got nothing for us, man. Just go ahead on and admit it, you know. Even his even Trump's website, the White House site, is a whole lot Trump accounts. I went over that before. Election integrity, I went over that. The gallery. Let me see here. Let me see the investments. Because I know I was on here before. All right, I think this may be it. Let me see here. Just one moment. 100 days investments. Right, Fuel America. I think it could be under here. Okay. Let me see here. All right, President Trump has secured. Okay, so far he has secured $5 trillion in new U.S.-based investments in his first 100 days, which have created over 451,000 new jobs, and he set the stage for a new era of American prosperity, right? Now, the other figure I came up was the total amount of what he brought in here. But these are some of the ones here, because this was off his website, too. It is here. It is here, though. This is what's going on. This announcement keeps coming in the recent days. We're talking about IBM, Thermo Fisher, Scientific, Corning. These are the $2 billion right here. IBM is $150 billion. They got Merck and Company, $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? Look at these. These are the companies here, if you guys can see them and things. But that's what we're looking at right now, though, to be really honest. Roche, Johnson & Johnson, Hyundai. They're telling you how much money that these companies are investing in, you know? This is actually has happened. But with your TDS, it's not going to allow you to even accept such a thing. That's the whole thing. Because remember, I can tell you don't know Trump's policies. Because when I asked you earlier, you did not admit it. You couldn't even mention one, like with most of the people over here on the left. Because when you have TDS, you won't know his policies. You just think that this stuff is all made up. That's how sick you are. You guys got to get help for that stuff. You really do. You need some help, man. Really, really do. And I'm not the one that's going to give it to you, but you need a professional. You need to get that taken care of, man. This is just sad, though, man. It really is. But look at this here, man. These are people here that are invested in, man. And it's like a long list of NVIDIA. I remember their announcement with $500 billion. They're building AI infrastructure here, data centers and all type of stuff. People are building over here in America, right? Remember the Democratic policy and all the rest of that stuff when they had the regulations and stuff like that and pushed a lot of these jobs overseas in the first place, good American companies. Remember Texas Instruments? There were some good American companies here, right? Y'all remember Texas Instruments? There's a lot of them here that's not even here anymore, right? Because of their failed policies. This goes way back before some of these suckers, before they was even born, man. It's just really sad, man. But I'm moving on to this guy, man. He's whacked. Jason Beatrice is in the house. Democrats commit treason by trying to make deals with Cuba. And you're right about that, though, Jason Beatrice. You're absolutely right about that, man. Yep. I'm going to move on with these clowns, man, because they're not even worth even dealing with, man. They won't even answer questions, man. It's just sad. This is what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? But let me see. Deja says exactly, Jason. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Even with the Trump RX, they just know how to criticize everything. These may be paid people, too, to be really honest. And then I can tell with some of these guys, they act like they're paid advocates or whatever like that. I could do like they boy do. I can be like Santana Jones and order my mods. If I really wanted to have a true echo chamber, all I got to do is give the word and all of them be gone. But that ain't really no real type of thing, though, right? But that's what they do on the left. If you say anything about Trump or ask them a Trump policy, they would kick you out the room. Facts. They done it to me many a times. Many a times, right? because their people are not trained to deal with debates and stuff. All they do is just get up in their feelings, right? That's all they know how to do. Real men and women rock with people like us on this channel, you know. Besides myself, you got Dennis Herrera's, right? Who else you have over here, man? There's quite a few people, man. You know what I'm saying? You also have Deontay Rant Rave podcast show. You know, there's so many others, right? Vince, Vince Ellis show, April Chapman. These are your black conservatives, right? Besides Dennis Honduras, but you got a lot of black, and you also have white MAGA Trump supporters as well, man, right? And that's the thing, though. You know, your IQ is not higher though. Still, your IQ is low, man. And this is why when you vote Democrat, that automatically make you low IQ by default. And that's the thing about that. Yeah, because you are one. You are one, man. You are one, because you don't even know how to deal with the questioning, the line of questioning I was even answering. No, you didn't. Y'all even asked you what's Trump policies. You did not name one, right? You didn't name one, right? And if you name one, he named the big, beautiful bill. But what's in the big, beautiful bill? Bill? Host got a little softer, huh? You know what I'm saying? No, the host ain't got a little softer, though. Hey, why don't you just go back to the ghetto looking like Oprah Winfrey? Actually looking like Whoopi. Hey, Whoopi, why don't you go back on The View? Whoopi? Oh, man, got Whoopi Goldberg over here, boy. What? I didn't know Whoopi was a man. What's up, Whoopi? Let me see here. Alex says, yeah, the leftists are all low IQ. That's why they are leftists, because they believe the media and the government lies. Exactly. Yeah, just like with Steve. Yeah, we all been saying it, though, just a low dragon, lefty. He said, are you upset? You know, Whoopi, you upset, though. What's up, Whoopi? Whoopi Gold Turd? Oh, man. Oh, my God. Don't he look like Whoopi? I finally put it together. That's some reason why I don't like those nasty dreadlocks, you know? This is Whoopi, guys. Whoopi Gold Turd over here in the chat. Oh, my goodness. Let me see here. USMC Mustang says conservative women. Make sure I read that here. Like it moved on me. Yeah, conservative women love their children and their families. You're absolutely correct, though. USMC Mustang, they really do. You know, they really, really do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and move on from this clown, man, you know, because Whoopi Goldberg ain't talking about nothing. Whoopi Gold Turd. Jason Beatrice says Democrats have no campaign money. They are broke and no big donors. Yeah, that's exactly correct. Because Trump shut down the USAID fund. You remember that with the 14 computers and stuff? That really hurt them a lot, though. The Democratic leadership is in array right now. They're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? They really don't have no real leader. They don't have anybody that they can push out to the forefront. Gavin Newsom has already cooked his future presidency with his with that California thing, the California fires and all that money that they ripped off and stuff. Talking about building a mass transit system, man. Them guys is cooked, man. They are cooked. They're so cooked, it's unreal. Deja says, hey, liberals, there are no such thing as trans kids. You got that right. Let me go ahead and post that too, boy. I need to start posting this, you guys' comments again. You know what I'm saying? Let me see here, Kurt. Let me see here. You notice that he's not talking about the national oil reserves being empty in 2 weeks. Bye-bye. He has to start rationing gas because of Trump. Let's go and find out with that, Kirk. Hold on for a minute. Stay right there. All right. Let me see here. Because this is the type of Democrats that we all are used to dealing with. When they just throw up statements like this and just hoping that you don't know what you're talking about to reply back. But like I said, I have to go through my fact check because we can't believe them. This is all chat GPT stuff, right? That's exactly what it is. And just to let you know, let me go ahead. Actually, let me do this here even better. Then we'll read it out. I'm going to go ahead and post it in the room. This is to my retort back to Kirk. You may want to read that, Kirk, And it says here that the strategic petroleum reserve is not empty, and it has not been reported as depleted by any government agency. No federal agencies have announced or planned gasoline rations, right, of any kind. So what you just said is not true. And since you haven't been forthcoming in regards to telling the truth, this is why your comments will be ignored from this day forward, right? And not for anyone else, though. Nope, I'm not going to read that either because it's just not true. You know, it's just not true. You already lost your credibility before. You said that the oil reserves were empty, and it's not. I already checked with my fact check. So once again, another one bites the dust, you know. This chat GPT stuff on the left, propaganda stuff, got to stop, though. It's not empty. You know what I'm saying? Reserves, no, it's not almost empty, and it's never been empty. That's a lie. It's not true. And I went in here just to bite, just because I have, the thing I have with fact checks or whatever, we'll have a very good one. And it could sniff through the propaganda. And what you've been reading is propaganda, my friend. So therefore, nice try. But other than that, though, ladies and gentlemen, you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Right? Good day, sir. So at any event, so therefore, yeah, too big to rig, Deja. Too big to rig. You know what I'm saying? You're absolutely right about that. Too big to rig, you know? And that's where, because we got the midterms up on us. This is why it's so crucial to vote right now. We have the demo rats in a free fall like never before. This is how you know that God is working on our behalf as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Christianity is back on an uprise big time, right? We in a very great position right now where we can actually do some major things for America, right? With our fearless leader that we all know and love, and that's Donald J. Trump. I tell you, though. And then the beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen, boy, I tell you, man. But this is how we're talking here right now. We are in a better situation than we ever have been before. The Dems, you see, I looked at the polls. I looked at the ratings and stuff like that, man, and they are so underwater right now, and that's why they have, you already know, they have to try to cheat, but we already shutting this stuff down. The cheating apparatus is shut down, right? This is why with the American Saved Act, you know what I'm saying, and there's many more, though, man. So, yeah, Kirk could be all right, man, you know, because like I said, he'll be okay too, man. I'm gonna put those guys in a pine box, you know what I'm saying? Right? Boy, don't make me have to start quoting Nas, right? Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh, man. Deja, you got that right. Look at those American flags, right? Look at those American flags. Let me go ahead and take this down for a minute, ladies and gentlemen, because I got something else that I want to put back up here, too. Where is it at? Hold on for a minute. Give me one moment. I'm going to put this back up, boy. But this is about the American Saved Act, ladies and gentlemen. Because we got, it's up on us, though, really. It's up on us, though, and we are out and about. See, if the Dems were winning, they wouldn't be in this room trying to be disruptive. Don't make any sense. We're not over there. I'm not over here in the liberals. I'm not trying to mess with them. Sometimes I go in there and troll them. But besides that, you know, because if they were so not afraid of losing, they're worried and panicked out, man. Still trying to push propaganda, man. And that's the thing, though. It's going against them. It's not going for them. It's against them. Here it is right here. This is so important right here. We got the tools to combat against them with this nonsense. It's just one simple thing, though. You guys see it for what it is, though. One day voting, one vote. This is exactly what it is. I want them to be able, this is what 13 Democrats that are moderates. See, they're not whacked out progressives and socialist communists and Marxist crap. They understood what it was. That's how we were able to get it through the House. Once we get it through the Senate, it's going to be a wrap. And it's on the way to doing so, man. And we got other ways to get it to go through if it doesn't go through the Senate. But one way or the other, it will go through. The Dems are on their last leg here, man. Nice try. Nice plan. but you're already going. They ain't going down. They're already down. They're so far underwater with the ratings alone, and they still sending their foot soldiers. This is what they get paid to come in here and push propaganda and stuff like that. Controlled opposition, right? This is what they try to do. Because if they were out front, they wouldn't be over here doing what they're doing, you know? And they're panicked out. But it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. They can't get by this. This is such a beautiful thing. Not only Democrats that are moderates, you got other moderates that's not for either side. Look at them. They also believe in this. Republicans, blacks, Hispanics, right? We're talking about brown and other, man. They believe in this. Look at this. One day, one vote. And it's just so simplistic, isn't it? Ain't it? See what it is? That's a beautiful thing. One voter, wait, here it is right here. Voter ID, paper ballots, proof of citizenship, right? In person, no mass mail-ins, right? Absentee for military, disabled, and verified inability, right? To be at those poll places, right? Look at this. Smarter precincts, national holidays, results in by 9 p.m., winners announced by midnight. Not all this other foolishness so they can try to cheat. Ain't this a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen? This right here, whoops, wrong one. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is what winning looks like. That's why it went through the House easily, right? And then we're gonna get it to go through the Senate. we're gonna get with John Thune the buffoon, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna go ahead and get this thing passed through the Senate. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. We're gonna have access to those voter rolls that they are so afraid of the people looking at, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have that taken care of as well. I'm not even panicked about it, ladies and gentlemen. Not at all, because we have so much of an advantage and they have so much of the disadvantage. That's why they send the people in these rooms. I've been dealing with these people for almost 3 years, dealing with this type of foolishness or whatever, you know? Because if they really had something, ladies and gentlemen, they would have had it with Kamala Harris, and they don't, right? She was the worst vice president that we ever had in American history, man. We don't ever want to make that mistake again. Oh, my goodness, man. Woo. Terrible, man. Terrible, 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 you know? Jason Beatrice says, all lies and racism. Yeah, you got that right, though, Jason Beatrice. All lies and racism, man. That's why I say it's the same old goofy bunch of people that come in here. They don't, that's what I say, because if they had the advantage, they wouldn't be in here. I mean, this is it's all on deaf ears. Because and notice with none of the people here, nobody is listening to you. They just really want to hear me cook you guys is really what they want me to do. Just cook you, for real. You know? All the damn candidates are socialists. You got that right, Harry, man. Go ahead and post Harry as well, though, too. There he is. We already know. Socialists, Marxists, and communists, right? We see here the left is pushing AOC and Newsom. It's not going to work because you know what I'm saying? She's an idiot. AOC is an idiot. Gavin Newsom is an idiot. That's why I say they don't really have anybody, though. All of them is low knuckle dragging, low intelligent, low IQ type people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they don't really have anything, though. Here, right says, best statement, Jason. Yeah, you got that right. They don't have anything. Who else is supposed to be running besides AOC, Gavin Knucklehead, Newsom? I'm trying to think here. There's a couple of other ones, man. I think Kamala Harris trying to, but isn't he having troubles trying to get people to, you know what I'm saying, trying to get money raised? We got Paula. Boy, I got to do my little thing for Paula. Got Paula in the house. They need to try to be just a bit more open on change. I don't think that's going to happen, though. It's a wrap for these people. You got to keep in mind, some of these people are paid for. They bought and been paid a long time ago. Controlled opposition, paid for. They come in. And that's the thing about it. People on the left, they pay a lot of their people. That's these so-called phony influencers like Santana Jones and Johnny and all them. Y'all know those guys. Those are just paid puppets. You know, facts, right? Right? Exactly, Paula, exactly. That's what they are. They just pay to come in here to try to be a nuisance. That's all they want to do. And they want to try to have these debates. MAGA, you come on and have the debate, you know, and all this other kind of crap. Yeah, they are pitiful, though, you know. Why do that when they control the narrative? You know, word salad and word spin and all this other kind of stuff. You know, solve questions that they know about, right? They don't have nobody up there for real. You get booted. They ain't looking for them problems. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you, man. Jason says transsexual vegan, right? Mm-hmm. Tellerico, yeah, that dude too. I think he's supposed to be running too. I think, you know, the Tellerico is supposed to be the answer of the masculine man, right? Because we already know what's his name, Graham, and things like that. The swastika tattoo and all that. He was really supposed to be their savior for the Democratic Party. They wanted to try to have like a real man up in there and stuff, and that failed, right? Boy, Brad, what's his name? Graham. That dude, something Graham, yeah. First name not even worth mentioning, to be really honest. Yep. That's the thing about it, though. It's really sad, though. It's just really sad for them, great for us. We're way out in front, right? And they're not. Yet Paula says, we only acknowledge Jesus as king. That's correct. We do. We only acknowledge Jesus in this room as king. We don't acknowledge nobody else. Got that right, though. Yeah, Graham Plattner, that's his name. You know, and yeah, he's a real Nazi. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they don't have, they're, that's what I'm saying. The Dems are done. Long time ago, right? Yeah, Graham Plattner. Yeah, these guys are done, man. They are done, you know? Yep, done. So that's the thing about that, you know? Hold on, give me one moment, guys. I got to take care of something real quick for a minute. Just one moment. Let me see here. Let me see, give me one moment. All right, see, is that the one? Nope, hold on for a minute. Yep, just give me one moment. All right, let me see here. All right, so I gotta pull up something here. I gotta take a look at something for a moment. Okay, yeah, I am. I appreciate it. Okay, and let me see here. Hey, Steve, I got something for you, though, sir. I got something for you. I'm gonna do this for Steve here. Just one moment, ladies and gentlemen. Just give me one moment. Yep. I should call him Shri instead of Steve. In fact, I'm gonna call him Shri. Shri for free. Oh my goodness, boy. You can't even make this stuff up. Shri for free. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, hold on for a minute. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Shri. You know, so like I said, though, Shri, using the idiot. And you have any last words, though, Shri, before, you know what I'm saying? And I want to do this one personally myself. Here we go. Shri is gone, ladies and gentlemen. Well, does he get a prize? No. Sorry, Shri. You know, come back under some other name and get permanently banned, though, you know. You are gone, sir. Man, bunch of that's love it. Oh, my goodness, though, you know. Yeah, all right. So he's gone. Yeah, he's gone. Yep, he is gone, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I've already taken care of the nuisance. I wanted to do this personally, right? I've wanted to do this thing personally. There you go. He's gone. Yeah. Yeah, because now he just over here just taunting now. This is what low IQ people do. And that's why I didn't have y'all to do it. I wanted to do it personally, you know. I've been mentors on, I've been a moderators on other people's channels, and that's one thing I know how to do is moderate. But a lot of times I just get them silent, just a silent ninja. Pick them off, boom, boom, pick them off, you know. There you go, Shree. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Anybody else? Aztec? You wanna be on that list too? You want to be on that list? I'm gonna do you like in fact, I think I am gonna do this. I'm gonna do you just like on Santana Jones and all the rest of them. If you don't have anything to bring, if I ask a question, you ask another question with a question, I just get you right up on out of here. Aztec, you want to play that game? You want to be next, sir? Aztec, you want to be next? Huh? Just let me know, and I can arrange for you. You know, and by the way, how big of a boy are you, though, Aztec? I'm just curious. I already see what's the name is a big boy, Tree. You know what I'm saying? How big of a boy are you? Yep. How big of a boy are you, Aztec? I'm asking you a question. I'm gonna bounce you on out of here. It's about time that I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start exercising some. Let's go, bro. Okay, you ready? You ready, Aztec? You ready? You want to play? You want to play this game? Okay, hold on for a minute. All right, he said, "Let's go, bro." You ain't said but a word. All right, get him up on out of here. I'm pretty much at the end of this live stream today. I got to get back to work. Normally I'd be on a little bit more, but you know, yep. All right, there you go, and that's been done by yours truly. I've done it. I done it, Aztec. How you like that? How you like them apples? Yep. Don't worry, moderators. I wanted to do that personally, you know, because I can still mod too now. Oh, shit. How you like them apples, huh? How you like that? Huh? Aztec? Boy, I just love it, man. Watch it. How you like them apples? I just keep popping up. I'm going to play with him a little bit, and then I'm going to get him. How you like them apples, huh? Oh, my goodness. There you go. How you like them apples, though, Aztec? Since you don't answer no questions. And that's what I'm going to start doing. Since they don't start answering questions or whatever, we ain't got time for this stuff, man. I played with these guys long enough, man. I've been very, very patient. I've been kind, you know. Strong. It is strange. He's still in the chat, Tony. No, I got him. No, he's not here. I got him. I just played with him a little bit before I get him out of here personally. I just got to play with him. He's gone. I got him. That's one thing I know how to do. I know how to mod. No offense to you guys. I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to do it myself. There you go. Liberals hate the truth. Yeah, they do, Deja. That's what I'm saying. And I'm going to start doing this, though, you know. When they don't start answering these questions and stuff, because it's much worse on Santana Jones and these other people, liberal shows, man. You go on them, man, it's so bad, man. They got the echo chamber for real. He said, Tony, don't forget time and heart are right. Oh, yeah, that's right, though. Coconuts are real. Thank you so much for reminding me that. Damn it. Okay, I've been playing with these fools long enough. Hey, hard right, I got you covered, man. I said I was going to do it yesterday. Coconuts are real. Thanks for having my back and reminding me on that. Hold on for a minute. I'm going to go get these guys on my mod squad, man. And you deserve it anyway. How's your daddy doing, though, hard right? There he is. Hard right. I got you covered, hard right. You ain't think I was going to forget. Somebody wasn't going to let me forget. Hold on for a minute. There we go. I'm going to add you as a moderator. There you go. You just earned the blue wrench, sir. And I got to do the same. Is time in here? I didn't see time. I haven't seen time, though, you know. But if he comes on here, I can always go and add him off when this live stream is over. And I'm just about at the end anyway. I want to go. Yeah, I got to get to work. I got to get to work, you know. But we got the midterms, ladies and gentlemen. And that's really what this whole thing today was really about, the midterms, man. You know how I do. I like to troll them and play with them. But on a serious note, man, I just showed up and I'm instantly banned on some of these leftist channels. Thank you. Yeah, I know the feeling hard, right? Because they don't like real dialogue and conversation, though. You know, all they know how to do is try to get under your skin. That's what Shreve was trying to do. Aztec. These are tactics. I know the tactics. The difference that I do with these guys, I don't make it personal. I be saying about Trump policies, answering questions that they don't like, and then I get banned. Instead of me saying, you old big head, you old idiot. I don't never do that when I'm on these lefty channels. I never do that. But they do that over here. You guys seen them, and we all know what they do. You know, because they don't have the intellect, or let alone they don't have the IQ to really have a true debate. And none of them are really versed on Trump's policies. They may know something, but they really don't know. You know what I'm saying? I proved that yesterday. I buried them with Trump. If you were on my show yesterday, I read so damn much, man, my mouth got dry. That's how much I read yesterday, right? So there that is. It's just a big waste of time, you know? And Kirk, you still peddling and pushing out propaganda. I would stop using Chat GPT. I know this is Chat GPT stuff. Whatever it is, what is it, Politico? What is it, Reuters? Which one? Those are all left-leaning propaganda machines. You got to understand, the left do not have the credentials anymore. Trump took their clearances away from them. So all they're doing right now is making ish up. And what you're doing is peddling propaganda to Kirk. I don't even have to look this stuff up that you're pushing propaganda. You know, you keep talking about the oil reserves hitting zero, which is not the case at all. I already disproved that from you. You just refuse because everything that you're getting, remember, the one that I use fact check that I have to pay for. Whatever you're getting for them, I can tell it's for free. Real stuff, you got to pay for it, man. And what you're doing is nothing but leftist propaganda. And you trying to make it stick over here, man. That's the thing about it. Yeah, Wikipedia, wherever that is, that's not real information. Wikipedia been wrong. You notice I never use Wikipedia. I don't have to use these things. Right? Don't have to use this. Boy, I tell you. He just studied doing it. He said, did you look up Abraham Lincoln on file? The nuclear aircraft carrier has a good name for fire suppression systems. Hey, Kirk, let me ask you a question though, man. Are you, which alignment, what political alignment do you align yourself with? Let me ask you that. You know, which one do you align with? Are you Republican or Democrat? He said, I'm for sure you would say that this reason for the brown out, but other people see otherwise storms don't really knock out the power like that. Oh boy, maybe a bot. I'm not for sure. Dakota, how you doing though? You know, how are you? I'm not for sure. Yeah, it could be a bot. Yeah, Wikipedia is not a reliable site. It's edited by people that don't know anything. Yep, that's it. Sound like people on the left to me. Okay, or you just he said you just didn't hang yourself with the truth you choose. What the? Then if you pay for it, then look up Abraham Lincoln on fire. Abraham Lincoln on fire with a yeah. Let me ask you this though. Source your source, Kirk. Where'd you get this from? Source your source. Where'd you get that from? I'm going to ask you, where did you get this from? Yeah, source your source. Everybody is waiting. I'm the socialist Democrat. I know that. Okay, that's cool. But I'm just saying, Kirk, where did you get that information from about Abraham Lincoln? The ship that's supposed to be set on some fire and all this other stuff? The carrier, the aircraft carrier? Where'd you get that source from? So Kirk is an anti-American. Yep, he sure is. He's socialist. Kirk, where'd you get that from? The aircraft carrier fire and the battleship sunk is 100% BS. I didn't even have to look that up, USMC, I must say. Because the reason why I didn't look it up, because when I first thing that he put out there and I looked it up through my fact check, it was already about, he was saying that the oil reserves, our reserves here in America was empty or close to being empty. And I checked it and it wasn't true. He was already done after that. That's why I say I wouldn't even give him, I don't even take him seriously. He said, no, my sources are UE and Turkey television. Yeah, man. Like I said before, man, I just can't take this person serious. Whoever you are, I just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All that, your sources are not credible. You were already, like I said, I give you a shot. You put up a statement. You said it was true, and I checked it, and it was incorrect. What is it? Incorrect, basically. So there that is, though, man, you know? Yeah, you try to give these people a chance to at least try to come clean, at least, right? With these fake stories and stuff. Because I already know they don't have the real stories. Just say, you know, I use Right Pen. AI, that's what one of the main ones I use for this type of stuff. He said Turkey and the UN. Yep. Boy, I tell you, man. Yeah. Yeah, welcome back, Farmer Boy. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for coming back in, though. What should I? Yeah. Because like I said, though, he wasn't even right about the other information, though. It's kind of hard to deal with stuff like this, you know, if you're going to put out that type of things like that. I know people get stuff wrong, but it said when you was basically a socialist, it says a whole lot to me. Oh, my goodness, though. You're practically an enemy of the country believing in that type of stuff. Damn. Are you an American even? Are you, Kirk, are you an American? I'm just curious. Look at this stuff. Hold on for a minute. Just give me 1 minute. I like the sound effects. I'll give you one more shot. Give him one more shot. Let's see here. It says that Abraham Lincoln died in 1865, decades before the nuclear aircraft carrier exists. So the image is physically impossible. Man, you got to stop with this stuff, though, Kirk, man. Oh, my goodness. And the USS Abraham is a real nuclear carrier, and users likely confuse the ship with the actual president. There is no war context given, so the claim about winning is completely unverified. Man, come on, Kirk, man. I know this was already crap, but I said I'm gonna run into, I got a very good one when it come down to, saying fact checking. So this is number 2 that you were wrong on, and I'm gonna post it up in the room, Kirk. There it is for everybody to look at it. You can read what it said. What I just read is what it said. And then, there you go again what about Gerald Ford? Man, just stop it, Kirk. You already done. You've been done on the first one, man. We don't like the propaganda over here, man. That's it. Yep. Yeah, now, you're right, though, USMC. Yeah, now the Houthis, they have been firing missiles at our ships, absolutely, and the Red Sea and the Gulf. Now, you are absolutely right about that, But all this other stuff that Kirk is talking about, okay, if you're an American, I figured you probably were. But no, man, that's not true what you just put up about the you know what I'm saying, about the you know what I'm talking about, man. I got to get on out of here, man, and stuff like that, man. So, yeah, we don't like propaganda, man, and stuff like that. This is the problem from the left. They run with stories, like we already said, because they don't have the credentials. They don't have the clearances like they once have. Associated Press, Reuters, Politico, and even he said from the sources he got from some other country. They're not putting out the truth, and they're not. You know, they're not. They're not going to put out this type of truth like that. So neither of these things actually happen. It's false. It's propaganda. You've been duped and hoodwinked and bamboozled, man. You know, and that's why it's really good for people to have a good fact check. And I recommend Right Pen. That's the link right up at the top right here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put this down in the room here. And for those that want to invest in, and when I paid for it, it was like $79. But I'm going to go ahead and post it up in the room. And you can have fun with it, though, too, because you can get over here like I did. I was on Truth Social going back and forth with some people. And it was, I mean, they were really getting annoyed, man. They were frustrated and upset, ladies and gentlemen, you know. But hold on for a minute. Let me go ahead and put this in the room here. And therefore, you guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and pin it. But this is it right here. Whoops. That's it right there, guys. And I'm going to pin it. So therefore, if you want, I'm going to go ahead and pin that message. There it goes. It's been pinned. And then one more thing before I go to, let me see it for the Facebook. Let me see here. Okay. So this is my actual Some Random Guys page right here, guys. And I'm going to start doing live streams over here. Give me one moment. I'm going to use the restroom one more time here, guys. But give me one moment, though, you know. And I want you guys to, you know, follow me on Facebook. Give me one moment. Be right back. Oops. Okay, guys, I am back here. So, yeah, so what I was saying, though, about we got some things that we got to do, man. We got to win. We're going to win, and we are going to win, too, and things. But, oh, yeah, I want to show y'all this. Let me take this down here. Sorry about that. You guys can't even see it. But, yeah, there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let me put, where's my face at? There we go. All right, there we go. All right, oops, I'm way down there. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, yep, there I go. So, yeah, so right here, ladies and gentlemen, yep, this is the Facebook page. I've been had this up, but if y'all can do me a solid and follow me over there, because I'm going to be pushing live streaming over there on Facebook as well, too. So, some random guy channel right here. I already got some stuff. Oops. I got to make that a little bigger. I already got some stuff that's already posted and things. Let me see here. There it is right here. I got some stuff right here posted up, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I got that on here on the site here, too. Trump for the third term, keep America great again, strong economy, secure borders, America first, law and order, peace through strength. Yep, build it, fix it, we'll finish it. Let's make America great again, make America greater than ever, 2028. Paid for by Donald Trump for America in 2028. Yep, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, you know. There it is, you know. So, yeah, so that is the page right there, man. If you guys would do me a solid, let me pull this back up. Yeah, this is the actual page here, though, too. So, for some random guy channel and things right here where you can join and follow and things. And let me refresh it here. All right, still got 4 followers. So, if you guys would do me a solid, if you got a Facebook page, and I know you do, you know what I'm saying? You can follow me here on Facebook where it says Some Random Guy Channel. And that would be I, you know. Got that big, beautiful American flag up over here. Yep. And I mean, therefore, I can start streaming over here as well. And things, I forgot how many that said. Maybe like, is it 10, I think? But at any event, this is it right here, guys. Some Random Guy. Do you guys need a channel? Let me do this here. I think you guys need the actual link. I think that's what it is. Hold on for a minute. And I've been meaning to do this a few episodes ago. I ended up forgetting. Yep. Yeah, this is the channel right there. Yep, I think that's, yeah. Is that the channel? Let me see here. Yeah, I think that's the channel, is it? I think, yeah. Yep. Oops. All right, yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me see here. Let me see the comments, though, you know. All right. How can you trust the government and hiding information? God, mine, what you talking about? How can I trust the government and hiding information? What you mean? Yeah. Let me see. Trump is the best president we ever had. You're absolutely correct about that, though. Deja Porter, yep, you're absolutely right about that. The best president we ever had. Hard Right says we could start a Discord. I've been working on that so we can all FaceTime each other. I started a Discord, Hard Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I actually started a Discord and things. Gotta promote it, you know. But I actually started one because I know I said I was gonna do it. He says, I think we got off on the wrong foot. I didn't mean to defend myself after you attacked my IQ, looking blah, blah, blah. Come on, bro. No. Oh, man. More do you have to say? Oh, man, who is this, Yoda? Who am I, Yoda? More do you have to say? Well, one thing about it is, let me say this, though, Shree or Stee or whatever. The thing about this is called the internet, right? And you can't be getting all, all sensitive and stuff. Do you know how many times people attack me? But here's the thing. I politely ask you, and I know you mentioned a few things about Kamala Harris, but the problem is simply this. Trump has a better policy than Kamala Harris. You maybe only put 1, maybe 2, versus what Trump have. And then you trying to defend that. That's probably why I said about you with the low IQ, because even everybody in the room was saying Trump is like light years over Kamala Harris. I mean, you trying to put her up here like she's on Trump's level, and she's not. We done went over this already. You can't. You're trying to sow it and trying to push that narrative by saying all the stuff that Trump did, he didn't do. And people looking in this room like, what is he talking about? Are you crazy? I mean, think about it though. Let's walk it down. Let's walk it down. He said it hurts to be cooked. I understand. I get cooked. Listen, man, it's called the internet. It's called the internet, man. And you acting like this great revelation, man, I get censored by conservatives. We get censored all the time by liberals. I can't even say Trump's name without being censored. That's the thing about it. Why does it matter about me accepting what you said? Who am I? I'm just some random guy. But one thing about it is that I happen to be a conservative. I am a Trump supporter, right? That's the thing about it. But we can't even be civil with one another. You know it's bad when I got a guy to come in here on my channel, and he even subscribed to my channel, right? He's from Pakistan. He doesn't like Trump. But at the same time, he shows more restraints, right? I'm talking about discipline, about, evading the conversation and all this other stuff. And then he always say too, I am a single dude. I just want the ladies to know. He always want to let the ladies know he's a single guy. We gonna pull him up real quick, man. And then I like Gopinder. I do. I like him, man. He's got personality in here before I go, man. But I'm just saying though, man, it's like, why though? Why? Can't you just accept the fact that Trump, 77 million people voted for him? He didn't have to steal elections, but just being real. She lost because she didn't have a strong policy. Facts. I'm just saying, she did not. You got to offer more than just $2,000 and then $20,000 for buying a new house. You got to do more than that. And she didn't deliver. She didn't go. In fact, it was so bad, she didn't even want to go on to Joe Rogan. And people wanted her to get on Joe Rogan. She went on Oprah Winfrey. Oprah was like saying, they were all want to say for her to say more. Come on with it. She did not. She went on Who's Your Daddy? Some podcast person that I I don't know who that person is. That she became more popular because she only had Kamala Harris on there. Let's just keep it real, man. Who's Your Daddy? She should have went on Joe Rogan. He got a bigger platform. But she did not. She was afraid to go on Joe Rogan. She didn't even want to go on Fox. They had it on ABC. What was the other one? With Trump and all that stuff. But on Fox, and then rumor has it that she was being fed with some type of wireless earring device, questions and stuff like that, which I can believe, because she's not very, what I want to say, smart, let alone, as far as IQ. And that's okay. I mean, that's the thing about it. What about her policies when out there 1,500 black men and all that with frivolous marijuana charges and all that stuff? This is way before she was even the vice president. Remember Tulsi Gabbard when they had that debate? What was that, 2019, running for the presidency? And Tulsi cooked her. Offer her own policies in California. I mean, you know what I'm saying? She didn't have a chance after that, no. She never got past the primaries at all. I mean, you know what I'm saying? First round, she was eliminated. She said, damn, checkmated her, man. Where's Gopinder at, man? I want to see that fat avatar in that face, man. Oh, man, it's around here somewhere. He was only in here for a minute. Let me see a Gopinder. I'm going to find him, man. But at any event, but that's the thing about it, though, man. Why? I mean, you offended because I called you low intelligence, right? Okay, so we got off on the wrong start, dear. Okay, how about this? I'll unblock your channel, man. Okay, I'm gonna show you how big of a boy I am, right? I'm gonna show how bigger of a boy I am, because obviously you like the channel, man. I mean, you know, I'm gonna put you in a safe area like I did with Lou Hawk Art, man. You know what I'm saying? And actually, Lou Hawk Art is a Republican. He just don't like Trump, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. How about that? I'll go in and block you, man. Bring you back in the channel. How about that? So therefore, you can come back in here. Yeah, because I know, bro, I'm not trying to, I mean, you know what I'm saying? But this is the internet, man. You know how it go. People gonna come after you. I get so many people coming after me. It's unreal, man. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, you know, you just have to have a big skin. I mean, a thicker skin, that's all. You can't be getting all sensitive like this, you know? When I get annoyed because when the questions don't really get answered, you know? I hate that, man. I can't stand that. Man, I can't stand it. It bothers me. I'm talking about me personally. It just bothers me, man. It's like we can have a conversation, you know? We can probably go fishing or something. Everything but you not liking Donald Trump and me liking Donald Trump. This world's still going to go on. You know what I'm saying? Man. He said, no, I'm not. I'm not offended you blocked me. But when you went to the DMs and can't answer the question, blah, 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 insulted me. What you talking about I couldn't answer the question? I was asking you the question the whole time. I only asked my original question is that I said name policies, right? Or policies, right? For Kamala Harris is what I said, right? How is she so much better than Trump? That was my question. It can't just be one policy. You bring up one. I kept asking. I said, it got to be something in there, right? People didn't vote. They didn't sign off on her. But that's, what you don't understand, Shree, is that it's simply this. You guys always asking me questions. But when I ask you a question, somehow it just fall to the wayside. You say, I did answer a question, but you only answer one. It was more. What you put up in there is not enough for the people to go, yeah, I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris. That's what I'm trying to say, man. You know, I asked the question. Everybody in this room saw what I asked. I asked the question. Right? I asked the question. Bro, I answered. No, you only put up one policy. You know how many policies that Trump on his campaign promise was 20 bullet points of how he was going to better America. I went on Kamala Harris's website to look at the policies, and what I found was probably by some old rehash. By the time they put some stuff up, it's like they try to put some old Obama stuff on there. It wasn't convincing to the people. That's all I'm trying to say to you, man. The chat saw it. It's okay, bro. What you mean the chat saw it? I saw it. I saw what you put on there. But let me ask you this, though, Shree. No, it's not okay. Hold on for a minute. How many policies does Kamala Harris have? Now, I'm going to ask you that question. How many policies that you put up in here in this room? I'm just asking. How many policies? We'll find this out right now. How many policies did you put up here? And we'll put it to rest. Now, I'm asking this question right now. How many policies did you put up in the room for Kamala Harris? He said it was fact, convincing, it's relevant. Hold on. 5 or 6. Okay, the 5 or 6 that you put up, Trump has 20 bullet points that he ran on his campaign. You put 5 or 6. 5 or 6 is not enough to compete with what Trump had going on, because the policies that Trump offered was what people was really being affected by. Number one, people that are coming here that are illegals here in America. She had the opportunity to shut it down. She did not. She said, wait until I become president. Remember that? Trump said on day 1, I'm going to shut down the border, and he did. Right? You remember that? Before we go any further, Shree, you remember that? Do you remember that one, right? What I just said. You remember that? Before we go any further. Do you remember that, what Trump said? He said, when I on day one, I'm going to put an end of this mass migration, right? You remember that, Shree? Before we go any further, I want to know, did he say that he was going to do it, and did he do it? I just want to be clear before we go any further. Sure, Kamala had different policies. I asked a question about, did Trump shut down the border as he promised? Because this was on his campaign promise. Remember, she was the border czar. I'm talking about Kamala Harris. He said America was killed. How great. And America's. You see what you just did? See, this is why I got frustrated. Because what you did is that I pinned you down to get you to admit about what Trump did on day one. We walked this thing down. You see what you just did? You changed it. And then you expect from me that I'm tripping. You see what you just did right there? I'm just saying, did you see what you just did? The borders isn't. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, man, I just told you. No, you said the borders isn't real. What do you mean the borders wasn't real? She nicknamed, Kamala Harris called herself a border czar, sir. And she said when she becomes president, she was going to shut the border down. We were saying, you vice president now. Biden was incompatible, talking about mental decline, cognitive decline, right? So Kamala actually had the power, at least to stop, right, the invasion of the immigrants. But she did not. She did not. No, this is not. I said Fox News did that, buddy. No, it ain't just Fox News. This is what actually happened. She did not shut down the border. And this is why those girls come up murdered. This is why the Laken Riley Act was passed. Trump passed a policy to counteract what the damage that the Biden administration did in the first place to allow these illegals in the country. See, I remember very, very well. I'm not like most that forget this stuff, man. She did not secure the border whatsoever. Right? I mean, this is exactly what it is. She never had the power, though. Yeah. They could have put the 25th Amendment in. Biden was on the decline. They didn't do it. She said Joe Biden was just as good and fine, but she said she was the border czar. Trump said, I'm giving you a great economy. When Trump handed off to Biden, it was about 1 point something percent. And he said, if you were to finish the wall, that's all you had to do. Secure the border. They did not. In fact, they even sold the supplies that was supposed to be finishing the wall. Trump ran out in his first term. They sold the material. They allowed massive migration into the country. It was a disaster on their part, the whole administration, whether she had the power or not. But the point that I'm making is simply this. You gave me 5 or 6 policies. Trump's 20 bullet point policies, which is Agenda 47. It topples everything that Cameron was talking about. We saw Trump get down back in 2017 when he was president. We've seen that, right? We've seen what he was doing. He was a first president, transparent president that made good on his promises. Biden, on the other hand, did not, right? This is the reason as to why 77 million people voted for who? They voted for Trump. They believed in the policies, right? Look at it. His policies outshine most presidents of old, not just Kamala Harris. His policies and whose policies are being dwarfed by Trump. That's the thing about it. But that's okay though, man. I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm good with that, you know. That's the thing about it though. He said, wait a moment here. Is it not a disaster now? What you talking about? You talking about is the border? No, the border is secure. He sent the 10th Mountain Division over there to secure that border. I do believe it was, I don't know if it was Delta, but it was a couple of other military that went to that border to secure it. His policies are putting a strain on America and allies. Wait a moment. We didn't never really have any allies. You know why? What it appears to be is that you're reading propaganda news. That's where the problem is. And I'm here to tell you, though, you don't like Fox. I'm not a big fan of Fox either. But if you're listening to and watching MS Now, ABC, I can always tell. And probably what you don't probably know is simply this, right? I'm going to say this, too, before I go, because I'm way over, man. I'm way over. I got to get going and got to get to work. But I'm going to say this, though, too, as I've always been saying. Trump took their clearances away. I'm talking about for these other news rags, because what they were doing is that they were printing out or putting out propaganda. Now, the Smith-Month Act is what you have to look up. This is the Smith-Month Act, right, that Obama changed to allow these news rags to put out propaganda, right? Your homework is pull up the Smith-Month Act. I think it was 2012 guys or 2016. But what Obama did is Obama changed it to allow these news media stuff to put out and print propaganda. And they've been doing it ever since. The propaganda protects Obama. It protects any president that's on the left, right? This is what, if Hillary would have got in there, it would have protected her. But it protected Biden, right? Even though, and this is one of the reasons as to why we all are coming out here and being independent journalists and all the rest of this stuff. You got other people that's out here. Nick Shirley and other Nick and all the rest of them, man. That's the thing about it. Now, like I said, I can tolerate Fox, but I know that the owner of Fox, which is Rupert Murdoch, he can't stand Trump, right? That's the thing about that. So, yeah, man, like I said, though, man, we are not getting anywhere here. You believe in the propaganda machine, that's cool. But over here, if you put up something right now, and I think you did, let me go back a little bit because you mentioned something about Kamala Harris. I'm going to show you how the propaganda machine and how it really works. Hold on for a minute. I got to go back in here a little bit. It's you know what it is too. I lose patience after a while because you change when I even ask you and try to pin you down on the question, you won't answer. You bring up a question with another question. And these were my original house rules that you weren't even allowed to ask a question with another question. But you did that. You changed it. When I asked you, I was asking you a question and you changed it. You say, no, I answered it. Hold on for a minute. Let me ask you this. Why does it matter? Why does it matter with me so much to accept what you're saying? That's another question. Why does it matter? Here's one that you said. You said in 2026, the reserve had dropped to, hold on, I'm about to take this one on right now. This one got by me because I got a little annoyed, man, because when I kept asking you the question, you didn't even answer it. But hold on for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. That's my, you guys can go, you get a chance to go on that, some random guy, the link is there. I got to get out of here too, but I'm going to do one more for him. Hold on for a minute. I'm going to do one more here, because this is where the problem is, man. It's propaganda news. So wherever you got that from, I don't know which one it was. I don't know if it was Chat GPT, but you said in 2026 the reserve has dropped to let's see here, 307.7 million barrels, making it the lowest level since 1983. That's not the one I was really looking for. It was about Kamala's policies, right? But let's take a look anyway. I'm going to look at the one about Kamala policies, because why even bring that up though? I mean, it's like you only named 5 or 6. That's why I was like saying, why does that even matter? She's not even in power no more, but you absolutely believe that she's going to carry us over? Nope. And it says here's a correct answer. I'm going to play this game one more time. This is going to be it, and I got to go. It says here that Biden drained over 200 million barrels of the reserves back in 2022 to the lower gas prices before midterms, a single biggest drawdown in the SPR history. Nobody mentioned who was responsible for the current levels or what plan exists to refill it. But Biden drained over 200 million barrels of the reserves in 2022. Y'all remember that? Before his midterm, the single biggest drawdown in SPR history. In fact, I'm going to copy the whole thing and paste it, and then I'm going to be out of here. Here it is right here. There we go. There you go right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's what happened. That's the fact check right there. Let me discredit this one, and I'm going to. You said because of COVID. COVID was from China under the Biden administration. Biden was being blackmailed to work with China when it came down to the COVID and all the rest of the stuff. But hold on for a minute. I got you covered on that one too, and then I'm going to go. Because all this is what you're trying to do? It's not though, man. So the barrels was under Biden, as I mentioned, so you're wrong about that. And let me see if you're going to be right about this one. Just one moment. Just fact-checking his information, because it's just propaganda. We know it's not true, but I'm going to go ahead and play it anyway, though. Just one moment. Right, let me see here. Trump oversaw 4 active military engagements and launched a strike in Syria, Somalia, and Iraq during his first term. Biden inherited the COVID vaccine rollout. Trump launched it to accelerate it over 2 million shots a day. But COVID actually it came from China. Trump was the president, but he didn't create it. It was actually started in China. China created that. And with the help of the Biden administration, and I know you don't believe it, and I got to get out of here, though I know. But under the Biden administration, because China, he was being blackmailed, right? That's exactly what it is. And that information is coming out. You guys going to hear that too, because China was running it. This is why Obama said that he was calling it Russia, but it was really China. Yep. That's the thing about it. Boy, I tell you. No, it's not a lie. It's the fact. China, it came from China. Trump did not create COVID. It happened under his watch, but he didn't create it. That's a lie. That's a lie. He did not create it. It was under his presidency, but he did not create it. Sorry. Yep. So that's basically what it is. You don't have to believe it, but you were wrong on a lot of things. Sorry. And I fact checked him too. You said that it was, he said, are the oil rails lower or higher right now? right? The oil wells are not lower at all. In fact, our oil wells right now are looking really, really great right now. Angela of Child of God says, Tony, thank you again for cooking up the gourmet MAGA meal. Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you so much is what I do. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Right? I appreciate you. I'm going to adopt, let me see here. Nope, this is not correct at all, though. I can tell what you just put in there. Let me ask you this, though, Shree, before I go. Where are you sourcing your information, if you don't mind me asking? Where are you getting your information from? I'm just curious. Where's your information coming from? Because he said the official U.S. Department of Energy data revealed that the U.S. strategic, I just pulled this up. I just pulled it up, and I posted it in the room. But that's what I'm saying, though. Where are you sourcing your information from? I'm going to see if you're going to be forthcoming to tell me where your information is coming from. Where is it coming from? Where's your information coming from? I'm just curious. Before I go. Yeah, where's your information coming from? It says that SPR has the total capacity of 700 million barrels. So the 307.7 million is still a large reserve. Nobody mentioned whether this drawdown was a routine sale authorized by Congress or an emergency release. The post skipped that the SPR levels have been risen since the historic low since 2023 under Biden. Let me go and post that in the room. Hopefully we'll put an end to this type of stuff, though. But there it is right there. That's right back at you. I'll give you a little something to gnaw on with that, though. Copy and paste it. Go and check it. Right? Run it through any of them. Run it through Grok. Run it through Chat GPT or whatever, right? You can do that if you want. But there that is. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about it, though, man. Yeah, propaganda, man. It's one of those type of things, though. Since he wouldn't tell me where he got his source from. And that's another thing. When I be asking questions, they don't really, you know what I'm saying? They don't respond back. I can't even get where he got the source from. That's how bad it is. Right? I mean, that's the thing about it, though. Yeah, man, it's one of those type of things, though, man. But I'm going to get up on out of here for real. But, yeah, but the reserves have never actually been empty. It was a drawdown, but it wasn't empty. And now, since, as I've just read, the reserves are up since 2023. Right? No, but the point is I put up a rebuttal back to what you were talking about. Once again, for some reason, you just refuse to accept that. Right? You just refuse. It says that the drawdown, right? It says the reserves has been, I'm just going to have him to read it, man. Yeah, Tony Biden is back in hot water, right? Over the classified document handling. He's in hot water, too, because they already said that how he been blackmailed by working with China and everything, too, you know? Mm-hmm. Hey, prove your point. You said, all I'm saying is simply this, though, man. And maybe we may have a different way of saying it or whatever like that. But the point is like I just posted up here. I checked the source. The source is the government news reporter on the national oil reserves collapsing. Yeah, but like I said, I got my fact check to be able to check the thing out to make sure that was the case. Let me go ahead. This has been fun in the sun for me for the most part of it, man. But it's okay, man. I am good. And I thank you guys for being a part of some random guy. I should have been gone an hour ago, right? Because I got to get back to work, right? To work, you know. But I appreciate you guys for showing up, though, you know, and things, man. I got to get back to work. You say, why did he release 7 million barrels as a part of a drawdown? Yeah. But let me get up on out of here, guys. I gotta go. I'm gonna play with you some other time, probably tomorrow, Shree, if you want to come back in here, and then we'll go over that. Because I gotta get to work, man. You keep asking me questions when I gotta go to work. I gotta go to work. I kept saying that before. Got to go to work. And ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all, man. Let me go ahead and acknowledge my mod squad or whatever. Hold on for a minute, mod squad.
I would like to give a shout out to the mod squad, starting with Black Guy 9, Jason Beatrice, that is a member, Brian Reedy, that is a member, Coconuts R's Real, that is a member, Stewart 2004, Texas Jane with her 6 shooters, that is a member, Man USA 1, that is a member,
Yep.
Domish 3332, Denise Farmer, Cheryl Schultz, Dana, Slicknick 68, Not Your Mama But Joe Mama, that is a member, Omega, Howard, special thanks to Tanya Zimmer, and Paul Ace.
All right, there it is. So let me go ahead and get on out of here, though, I'm going to get on out of here, ladies and gentlemen, and then we're going to go ahead and deal with this some other time. See what happens when you understand the information. Well, I could say this, like I said though, Shree, I know what you're trying to do. I've been around liberals for so long. I know the tactics, and I know the game you're trying to play. I know the game you're trying to pose yourself as being some type of intellectual, And I want to say this though, and I just pose myself as being some random guy. So if you're trying to grandstand or trying to do something, and like I said, I welcome you to the chat. You know what I'm saying? But I've dealt with this stuff a lot. This is why I have to have a fact checker, right, on my side, because there's so much of propaganda coming from the left. It's a real thing, I don't know you from a can of paint. This is the first time I ever interacted with you on my chat. There's a lot of people that come in here, right? If you want to really make yourself at peace, so why don't you become a member? Why don't you join the chat, right? Facts. Why don't you just go ahead and join the chat and things, though? If you're not pushing propaganda, cool. But like I said, if you want to save face, why don't you become a member and join the chat? It starts at $3.99 a month. Surely I know you can afford that. I just admit the facts are the facts. No, I want you to join the chat. It's only $3.99 a month. And that way, that'll show me that you really save face, that you really rock with me. It's $3.99 a month. That's the cheapest one. That's the bronze package. Yeah. So do me a favor, Shree, and join and hit that join button, though. That'd be great. Other than that, guys, you was wrong about the oil, period. See, that's the thing. I was right about the oil. You were wrong about the oil. I even counteract what you were even talking about. I wasn't wrong about the oil. I check your facts. Everything you put down in there, I put back to a thing. I'm saying I put back in there. We'll be at all night with this stuff, man. Just face it. Come on, Shree, now. You got to go on and stop it, man. You are just like a lot. Okay, I'm just saying, though, man. I'm just saying. It's becoming to be a little disingenuous. You know what I mean? People that want to try to have a shot at the title to say, oh, yeah, I got him. You didn't get nothing. That's what I'm saying. I put up in the room. That's what y'all get off on the left. You don't think I know this? I'm just saying, you don't think I know this stuff? It's a got you moment. That's what you ask the question. It's called a got you moment. I could say the same. If I was really that petty, I could have said that to you long time ago. You said I only put up 5 or 6 points on Skamala Harris when it was 20 bullet points, and I could have went over all of them. I didn't do that. That's called a got you moment. See? Got you moment. That's exactly what it is. Tony, this guy is stupid. Let's take, it's okay. I'm going to pull up the anthem. It's all good, man. It's all good. I know what's going on, man. And like I said, though, man, it's just that he come in on my show, takes over my show, tried to take over my show, right? And I'm gonna promise you guys, I won't ever do that again, though. I'm not gonna ever do that again, though, because like I said, the best thing I'm gonna do for him, like I do with a lot of them, is just ignore him, and then he'll just go away. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to get a gotcha moment, like these liberals are. And now I'm starting to get really annoyed, but I'm gonna hold it back. It's okay. It's called a gotcha moment, though, Shree, but it didn't work, right? So you won't ever get my time like this ever again. That's a fact. I promise you that. Because I gave you an opportunity, if you really rock with me, to join my chat, and you did not do that, right? I gave you an opportunity, right? So you never even did that. You did. Well, I would never. If I was some type that, these guys get on here trying to get a gotcha moment. Hey, I got him. Watch, he gonna go back. I got him. I got him upset. Oh, I got him. It's like, grow up, dude. How old are you? You trying to gain my attention so bad. Before I go, I had to say this, man, before I go. You want my attention so bad. Why? 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 I'm just saying. A got you moment. Come on, man. Grow up. Other than that, guys, I am out of here, man. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I know the strategies from the left. And matter of fact, do you got a channel, Shree? Do you got a channel? I'm just curious. Do you have a channel or something? You got a channel? I know you do. I know you do. I know you got a channel, don't you? Because you're disingenuous, and you are disingenuous. And the tactics you are trying to do is disingenuous. You are disingenuous. That's the reason why we don't rock with y'all on the left. You were already gone when you said you were rah-rahing for the left, DNS, Democrat, Socialists. In fact, we should have been talking about that, not this crap that you're talking about, because it don't really mean a hill of beans, though, when we over here drilling and everything. So all that don't mean a hill of beans. Why don't you defend Democratic Socialists of America, right? Why don't you try to defend this Marxist and communist stuff, right? Can you defend that, though, Shree? I bet you can't. I bet you can't, right? You ain't a real man, Kirk. I don't know why y'all been dealing with this dude either. This is another one, right? Because these are your what we call commies, though. Anybody that's rah-rahing on the left like this, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's the thing about it. Should be really ashamed of yourself. I got to get going, guys, man. I didn't have fun with you guys, and like I said, I'm gonna put a curtail. I'm gonna cut, not curtail. I'm gonna actually put a snippet on this type of stuff, so that way this don't never happen again, right? Because that's what they do on the left, put out a bunch of propaganda and things like that. He didn't answer my questions. He ran from the questions and then do this run around type of thing that he did. So he would never do that again. That's why I blocked you before, because you've been disingenuous, right? And you still are disingenuous. You're in your feelings, you're disingenuous, and you won't even answer a damn question that I even asked, though. How the hell am I supposed to be kind and cool and okay? And when you over here on the socialist thing, and then he go ask, what's the meaning of socialism? And I gave a whole list, though. See, it's a got you moment with these dudes. That's what it called. That's why I called you low IQ. And I stand on that now. What's the meaning of socialism? What is communism? You know what I'm saying? What is that? You just trying to play these mind games and semantics games. It was wrong. No. You're trying to play some type of semantic mind games, man. Every time I ask you a question, man, it got to be a big task. You too big of a boy. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed, man, really. You should be ashamed of yourself. But I got to get going, though, man, and things like that, man. So like it is, though, man, he said, none of the words are the definitions of socialism. You know, none of the words. So what are you then? What are you? I even asked a question. What are you? Let me get out of here, man. I'm done with this dude, man. I'm done with you. Shreve, you come on my channel one more time, I'm going to permanently ban all your channels. Mods, if this guy come on the channel of any of them, because he's, like I said, low I tell it, and I can tell your text. I done studied I know when people's texts are typed, and you're going to be gone. I'm going to ban you on every name, every channel, everything that you got. You coming in my room. I'm going to ban you on out of here. And then I'm going to go in on you, though. You want me to do that? I'm going to make you my poster child. I'm going to do that, too. So now, yeah, I know you don't care because you don't have no life. Real men and people be out here, at least I got to go to work. You just going to play on the computer. How old are you? Probably a little child, man. Get off my channel, man. Go ahead and block him, guys. Block this name and block anything else. Any mods that's left. In fact, if you're not there, I'll do it. That way, go ahead and get him on off here, man. He done took up a lot of my time. And I apologize to you guys for stupid people like Shree that want to play these type of mind games. And you too big of a boy, man. Shame on you. I'll take care of him myself. No problem. I go ahead and get him up on out of here. If you guys won't, get him up out of here. Angela, I appreciate it. Any name, anything, because I know it's tight. And I get him up on out of here, man. Because we ain't got time for that, man. We gotta think. He could be a paid person as well. That's what they try to do. That's what they try to do, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what they try to do. I get so annoyed when they do this type of stuff, but it's okay. It's all right. He's going to be, oh yeah, you got him permanently blocked. I appreciate it, Coconuts are real. If he comes under any type of channel, he's going to come under another name. Block him there too. You're going to keep on blocking him until you run out of all these accounts and stuff like that. Because, see, they are scared because they know the midterms are so close. Right? That's the main thing, guys. And I appreciate you. Coconuts are real. I appreciate you, though, over here as well, hard, right? I appreciate you guys. Angela, child of God. M. John, man, I appreciate you guys, man. You guys have been rocking with your boy, man. We got the midterms, Dakota, right? Deja, Porter, man. I hope you come back tomorrow, man. I really do. A lot of you, US MC Mustang, hope you guys come back tomorrow. Angela, I see your, oh, that's really nice. A nice little gift. I see that little star. I appreciate it. See, I can see it over here on YouTube. I can't see it on my other thing, though. So if it look like I'm ignoring, I'm not. I just can't see it on my other streaming channel or whatever, you know. So I appreciate it. And yeah, get Kirk out of here too. I appreciate it. There you go. What we're going to start doing is going to go back to, you know, because like I said, gave these people a chance. And unfortunately, I appreciate the jewels. There we go. Appreciate the jewels. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down, man. You guys have been great, man. I really enjoyed talking to y'all all, man. Once again, I am Tony, your brother, Tony Love, here from Some Random Guy Speaks. And I'll be back tomorrow or whatever like that. And many more people Light Street is going to come in here. There was a few others I had to get out of here personally. So they'll be back and things. So that you know, we know the tactics that they're going to try to use, right? They're going to keep asking a question with a question to try to get the host to crack. That's what they do, right? Because it doesn't matter, though, you know, what they're on, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, though, man, they've been disingenuous. Especially Shree, though. And I told him he's going to get blocked. I tried to give him a chance. He put himself right back in that situation. And now, you know, he's just a low IQ person. I hope you're listening. You know what I'm saying? You are an idiot. You really are, though, man. You should be ashamed of yourself. When a man can't even ask questions or can't answer questions with another man straight up. It's always something that got to be with these type of people, man. Commies and so forth. Socialist bastards that come up in here and whatever, man. And I try to be light. I try to be nice, man. And my patience after a while just started wearing thin, you know. Because it don't matter with this guy, man. It really wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Yep. That's what M. John says. Socialists, the state owns everything. And that's what I say. I ain't feel like going into it when it's behind. And he knows better. He don't know what it is. But he wants to see if you know what it is. That's what that's about. He want to see M. John. He want to see if I knew what it was, right? Because he got butthurt when I called him low IQ. That's the only reason he came back in here with another name, which I knew he was going to do. And now that I banned this one and still called him low IQ. This is a low IQ individual, right? That's why he got in his feelings. It matters to him. He had to get my attention so bad. It matters to him. Don't matter to me. I'm going to sleep good at night. I don't even know this dude from a can of paint. I tell you, boy. Other than that, guys, you guys take care of yourselves, man. It was fun cooking in the sun, man. This guy here is whacked. A whack job, man. Whoo, man, we ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, my goodness. M. John says, yeah, don't forget. Oh, yeah, Farmer Floyd. Oh, yeah, I appreciate it. Coconuts are real, man. Man, you've been great, man. Let me go ahead and give you some acknowledgement here. Here we go. I appreciate you, though. Coconuts are real, man. I appreciate you with the super chat. He came through on there. Where's my other horn at? You know how I got to do it. That was coming from Coconuts Are Real. And see what he said. Coconuts Are Real. Let me see what you said. I got to read it, too. Hold on for a minute. It looked like it moved on me. Oh, there it is. Okay. He says here, like Christian music. Angela has a channel with her songs she wrote. Okay, I'm going to have to go on there on, I'm going to have to do that. Angela, child of God, I'm going to have to go on your channel and follow you and like your stuff. Yeah, Christians know they're welcome in here as well, just like the military and a lot of other people are welcome in here. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you guys, man. I'm going to have a little bit more humor tomorrow, though, and things, because when it come down to this political thing, hard right, man, I appreciate you as well, man, you know. I appreciate time, man, and stuff. I don't think he was in here today. I know he was busy. Black Guy 9, I appreciate you as well, man. You know, Deja, Porter, I appreciate you as well. I do. Let me see here. What's it? Hold on for a minute. What's this? Get this out my way. Okay, I appreciate it. Oh, he got the bronze package there. Hard right. I appreciate you, though, man. There you go, man. Look at that. Where's my... Let me see. Oops. Let me see. That's the wrong one. There you go. I appreciate you, man. I really do. I appreciate it, man. Tony is the GOAT. I appreciate you, Black Guy 9. I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. Look at those red MAGA hats, man. Yep. I appreciate you, man. We got Roger that, Tony, MJ, man. M. John, yeah, man, I'm going to have to get you on the roster too, man. I got to get you. Yeah, I see your MAGA hat over here too, man. I got to get you guys on here, man, and things like that, man. I got to get that Discord up so therefore we can, because I have already started it. I just got to finish. Let me put a like there, heart there, man. And you guys have been great, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all with warm embrace, man. And things though. We got more MAGA people. We got to stick together, man. We got a midterms that we got to win. That's the only reason I'm really been pushing this channel and doing what we're doing, because I want us, right? Because we are a MAGA family. We are together, and we're going to win. We're going to persevere. We will not stop. We will not bow down. You see that they are worried because they're sending their people in my room and stuff, trying to be disruptive and so forth, but it's not going to work. And I won't do that again. This is the last time where he got my attention. And I'm going to do that then. What I'm going to do is go ahead and cut him on off, and that way go ahead and keep on going, right? Because we got a country to save, right? Boy, feel like the A-team. We got a country to save, and we do. Joking aside, that is, you know. So once again, guys, I'm going to go ahead and put up the Star Spangled Banner. I appreciate you all, man. Let me go ahead and move this out the way. I've been rolling without my camera all this time. Well, it's right there. Okay. All right, so there it is. Let's go ahead on and put up the Star Spangled Banner. And I'll see you all, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, man. That guy come in here, you have my permission to boot him up on out here and ban him. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to go ahead and take care of, now that I know that he has 2 accounts and stuff. And I'm going to make sure I get them all banned coming over here. All right, I appreciate it. Peace and chicken grease. I am out, and I see y'all tomorrow, you know. Boy, always tomorrow. Okay, there we go. All right.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proud the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes